Okay. Okay. I think I'm back. Okay, we're just gonna stay. I don't know why, man. YouTube. All right, you know what? We're just gonna stay, and I'll just change the title of it later, because it's not Monday. Rage. I don't know why it keeps going over to this one. This drive me up the flipping wall, but whatever. Okay. Hi guys. We're just gonna stay here. I'm gonna wait for you guys to come over. Let me see if I can jump over to the other stream. And unless am I like double live streaming? This is crazy. Okay. Oh my god. You guys. Why is YouTube just playing tricks on me? I know that I set it up right. I don't know, man. I swear, every day, YouTube's just like, okay, I don't know why. I'd set up to, okay, let's just, I don't know. I set up to, all right, I'm live now. I guess that's all that matters. Okay, so the one that says Monday Rage is the one you should be on. I know I have two with like a record. I try to be all professional, have like a nice thumbnail and everything and set it up. And it keeps throwing me back to the last one that I did. So we're just gonna do it, and I'll just have to change everything. I'm gonna have to change everything later after the stream's over. So guess that's the best I can do now. I don't want to be too late. So good morning, guys. Happy October 1st. It's full moon today, and it's the first day of October. We have a little bit more like than a month before the election. This is crazy. Oh my God. Let me promote some stuff before we get started here. Wait 1 second. Hey everybody. Let me promote some stuff before. Oh, let me have to turn my volume down. Hey Rita. Hey New Normal. Hey Sam. Well, he's not here yet, but I saw them. He was the first one. Guess again. Miss D, Four Corners, Christian, Michael, Apple Juice, Felipe, Tracy, Zero Cool. I think I said hi to everybody. Apple Juice, your names have me rolling. I swear. Some of the names you guys come up with are so. All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Yeah, anyway, good morning, you guys. Let me just promote a couple things. So the Walk Away movement is happening right now in DC. And it is, let me pull it up on the screen. I'm getting a better hang of this, but let's pull this up. All right. So yes, the Walk Away movement is up on the screen right now. It is, you can go to the website. After this stream is over, I will put it in the links. It's so annoying because I had everything set up to, all the stuff I want to promote and talk about, have the links ready and everything. And anyway, I need to stop complaining about the YouTube craziness. But I'll put this in the links after this is over. But today is, tomorrow is the American Women's Town Hall. So if you live in DC, if you live in New York, if you live in Pennsylvania, Baltimore, anywhere in Maryland, you should be able to get there. And then I think they're going to have a huge one on Saturday. So it would also be good to find like-minded people, right? Like if you're single and you want a man, you might be able to find a man. If you're single and you want a woman, you might be able to find a woman. It makes some friends. I think this is a really a good way to do that. Usually it's so funny. Oh my God, I went to see the debate yesterday at this restaurant bar, and it was great because nobody cared about wearing a mask. Like nobody. There were like over 100 people there, and they weren't wearing a mask. It was awesome. Nobody was caring. Nobody was paranoid. And I didn't watch all of the debate because I was just so happy to mingle with people that I didn't watch the whole thing, so I'm gonna have to rewatch it. But I watched parts of it, right? But anyway, they say all the people that support Trump or that aren't Democrats are all mean and they're evil. And, it's my experience has been nothing but the opposite. Very warm, very loving, very like people with great senses of humor. And, the same people pretty much are going to be at the walk away movement. So I would, if you were in the area, please go, please support your peeps, and, plan to have a good time, because that's what it looks like is going to happen. Is people are going to have a blast. Okay. All right. So next item of promotion, please go to my website and join my email list. With the censorship and everything that's going on, I don't know, what's going on. God forbid, one day I can just wake up and my channel could be like gone. They're already chopping other people's channels down. And my friend put it really clearly to me the other day. He was saying that YouTube owns my subscribers, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, I don't want YouTube to own my subscribers. I want to own my subscribers. So the best way for me to do that is to have an email list. Now I see why people, business are like all pushing their email list so they can have access to their contacts. So depending on where I'm going to be, whatever happens, I will be able to keep in contact with you. I don't spam people. I don't send people a lot of stuff because that annoys me too. But when you go to truthertalk.com, this little box will come up right here. And let me see if it shows up here on my arrow. Anyway, this little box comes up, and that's where you can opt to join the email list. Thank you for everybody that has already done that so much. I really appreciate it. Next one, I am my conspiracy realism course. I'm currently working on the 4th module, which should be up by today. They're going to be 10 in all. Thank you for those who have participated. And who have bought the course. I really go through, basic principles. I'm talking about, globalism, how you can tell the truth from fiction. It's a very simple course that I would say teenagers can take. Parents, if you want your kids to take it, I would suggest that you look at the material first. Some of the material and the links, if you watch the whole links, because at the end of each lesson I give links to a lot of the clips that I use in the lesson. Some of them is graphic, and if I were a parent, I wouldn't want my kid to watch some of them. So I would suggest that you watch some of the main links first before you figure out what your child will want to watch. Some of them graphic details, just talking about abuse and stuff is kind of graphic. So as I was making it, I was like, God, this is kind of disturbing. I don't know, like if I would show my kid this aspect, but there you go. So I'm going to leave it at $40 today, and then tomorrow it's going to go up to $80. So last chance to get your $40 on. But if you want to go to the link that I'm going to put on, I have all of the modules right now. What is conspiracy? Who wants to rule the world? Is it possible to rule the world? So talking about how people gain their power and how they subjugate people and control people on a large scale. And right now I'm working on this one, medicine and science, different institutions that they use to control people, which is medicine, science, education system, law, and government. So I have all these up. So I'm working on the 4th one right now. I want to be done by the end of October with all of them. I'm going at about a rate at a week per. So if I'm a little late, I might be a little late because I have a lot going on, but I'm dripping it out, and you can already start taking the first three modules. They're about an hour long. Info. I have a little clip, showing that. I don't know if you can hear that.
Have you ever been called?
So, hold on.
Have you ever been called a conspiracy theorist? Are you trying to wrap your head around the complete and utter that's going on in the world today?
We know you're not a conspiracy to make us all believe in conspiracy. People must believe what they like.
Are you trying to make sense of what you are experiencing as opposed to what you're being told?
Tell me the whole story. I'll fill in the blanks, but don't,
Don't tell me something that you think I'm supposed to.
If so, Conspiracy 101 is the perfect course for you. In this course, I teach you through 10 modules via lectures and video clips the conspiracy realist side of the story. This course will give you a great starting point to help figure out systemic mechanisms of control and the effects they have in our society. Don't fret. This information is empowering and sobering. The knowledge you will attain is a good defense mechanism against people who want to dismiss you because you have a different perspective or ask different questions about official narratives presented to you. This course is good for families, teenagers, or anyone who wants to be an empowered and knowledgeable individual. Are you ready to do this? If you are, purchase in the links in the description, and I'll see you in the first lecture.
All right. What else? I think that was it. I think that was all of the. I have all this stuff. Oh, last one. Join my music page. Please move to my music page. I will put it in the description. As of now, it's pretty small and it's hard to come up in the search. But if you guys can join, my music list, my music page, that would be great. Because after November, I'm basically going to be spending a lot of time there. I don't know how active I'm going to be on Truth or Talk. I'm also working on an Instagram music page and all the other social media stuff on that. So, yeah, please join. These are 3 singles. I don't know if you guys know, I'm a singer-songwriter. I wrote, produced, and sing and play instruments. I play piano in these singles right here. If you like it, fine. If not, that's fine too. I have a new single that I'm releasing the end of October, and after that I'm going to be doing a crowdfunding campaign to help me raise money to do an album and also mini movies or videos to go with that. So all right, guys. Sorry, I got all the stuff out the way. Let's get talking. Hold on one second. How do I close this? Close it. Yes. Hi. All right. I'm here. Hi. Oh. Hey, everybody. Hi, everybody. All right. So yeah. Is everybody over here? Yeah. I don't know. That was some mess that happened with the other live stream that I had set up. I don't know. Where we go, when we go. Oh, Camilla Harris defended pedophilia. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Michael, that's absolute lack of justice. It makes it a better slap. Cool. QAnon is a LARP. Yes, dirty laundry. All right, let's get ready. All right, so you guys are ready to call in? The number is 512. I got 2 hours, so I'm going to leave. I'll be serious. I got the timer. I got 2 hours. So this is how I'm going to do the timer. I'll start it. Once you start talking, I'll start at 10. If nobody's calling then, and we're getting into it, then fine. You can stay. You can stay talking. But once another person calls after that, then I'm going to have to let you go because I want to get enough people in today. And I'm going to be doing a call-in show every day for a week. So all the way every day for 2 hours until next Thursday, most likely around this time. And if not, let me see. If not, then no, that's wrong. If not, then this time I'll let you know. I'll let you know. You'll find out. Okay. 512-481-7464. 512-481-7464. 512-481-7464. Hello? Anybody? Am I just gonna talk to myself the whole time? Well, you can ask me questions in the chat then while we're waiting. If you can't, if you don't want to call in, if you're too shy, I'll also take chat questions. I can't do super chat, you guys. They've totally demonetized my channel. So you can PayPal me or PO Box me if you would like to give me something as well. Don't try to do it through Petrie. They just steal your money and use. What is Petrie? What is Petrie? Is that like Patreon? Or Oh, Patreon. Are you trying to say Patreon? They just started many and use it for social justice purposes. I think they're about to go down, right? Didn't like Owen Benjamin's fans like soothe the life out of them? Hey, Will F, what's up? What's up? Nobody's calling? Somebody's calling. 512-481-7464. I've killed better men than you're capable of being. 512-481-7464. Hi, Michael Whittle. 512-481-7464. 512-481-7464. Y'all need to call. I know it's early. Nobody's gonna call me. Is somebody gonna call? I know somebody's gonna call. I just gotta wait. 512-481-7464. I should make a little banner that shows the live calling. I think that would be better next time. I have to remind myself to do that. Finally! Hello?
Hey, am I on?
Yeah, what's up? What's your name?
Yeah, I called like some weeks ago. I was the one that's studying for the MCAT and stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let me, okay, I'm gonna start the timer. All right. What's your name again?
Oh.
Oath?
Oh.
Oh, just
No, like the letter O.
Okay, sorry. Okay, what's up?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Not much. So I've been like looking at things and you know, the way people are going about what's going on. I think people are kind of being a little desensitized to I guess the authoritarian tactics that they're trying to use on us. You know, like a lot of people have adopted the mask as like a fashion statement or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's really bothersome.
Yeah.
And
It's
I think
disturbing.
a lot of people are kind of waiting on politicians to do something. And it's pretty clear to me that politicians aren't going to do shit, or they're too stupid. I mean, Congress, you're talking about non-essential. Congress is the most non-essential entity we have. You know, Congress is supposed to pass laws, but yet we have all these executive orders. And, you know, I really think that it's going to take a grassroots movement to get stuff done at this point. I think I hate saying the term wake up. You know, when somebody like Cardi B says wake up, I'm like, okay, it's time to use another term. But I think people need to keep game.
She's right, though.
You said what?
She's right, because it's like people are in a trance, you know? And when you say that, it's very disturbing. Yeah, go on, son.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. She's right. And, you know, a dead clock is right twice a day. But, I mean, shit, I think she's mind controlled, to be honest.
She probably is. I'm not. I mean, all those people are. You know, I was talking the other day about how Trump put Jennifer Hudson up in his hotel and helped her out when her family got murdered, and she's not speaking on his behalf. So what's going on? You know, you're not going to speak out on somebody, and like, really, would a racist do that? Would a racist put a black woman up in his hotel for free and take care of her when her family got murdered? You know what I mean? Why isn't she speaking out?
I mean, it depends on what's going on in the hotel now. No, I'm playing.
I know, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? It's like, so yeah, and you're right. But you know what? She can't have that word, because I've been saying wake up for 10 years. You know, I've been saying it longer than she has. And it's like, you know, some people have been describing what's going on like a dream spell, or a deep state of hypnosis, or, you know, I've been kind of thinking and analyzing the situation. It seems like a lot of people that are going along with it, you know, not because they have to work, or not because they have to, that really believe it, or they're just waiting for permission for somebody in authority to tell them that it's okay to not wear a mask, when they can't figure this shit out themselves. It's just like people that I know that have, degrees, that are allegedly intelligent people, are just, going along like sheep. And it's just really, really disturbing to me. And, it's like, yeah, but the appeal to authority complex is very strong in our society. And also, I think a lot of people, that are easily susceptible to this mind control shit have a lot of either like abuse or shame situations that they have not dealt with, you know? It's insecurity that they hook on. So like they're on all these people. It's a lower vibration, right? The evil feeds on lower vibration. So if you're on a lower vibration, I'm not saying that you're like a bad person or you're an evil person. I'm not saying that, and I don't believe that. But I think that if I've constantly talked about when I was during my journey of truth seeking, I've had to do a lot of introspection and a lot of inner work. And if you are so easily, led by lies, I really think it's because you haven't done a lot of inner work, and you're ignorant. A lot of the population is ignorant of a lot of stuff, especially with science. They don't know basic, elementary science, and they're easily led that way. And in addition to that, the mask is a symbol of submission. It's a symbol of shame. It's a symbol of slavery. And it's I mean historically, there are pictures. I found pictures of slaves with masks. Sexual sedition. If you do BDSM, S&M, that's a whole symbolic, covering the mouth and being a slave. You're not allowed to speak. You're not allowed to talk, right? Why are these people wearing masks if they they also harbor bacteria? They make you sicker. What? Like they're not going to protect you from anything. Like no way. Then if that's true, we should wear goggles, we should wear earplugs, the hand sanitizer if you use a lot, it actually wipes off your or breaks down your first layer of skin.
Flora.
Yeah.
Natural bacterial flora that protects you.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like every single measure that they're taking is actually making you more susceptible to being sick. So I'm just like, well, I don't understand that's why I've been so adamant too. And when I go into stores and people harass me, I'll just, I'm not mean to people. I don't call people names. I don't curse them out, but I state these things. And I know that Axe Truth was saying that he does the same thing. And he gave a long spiel in a store when they were trying to make him wear a mask. And he said at the end of the spiel, the people, there were actually two people that were in the store and they took their mask off too. So I think, that is part of the grassroots movement, just by leading by example. People see that you're not wearing a mask, that you're not dead, that you're happy because you're actually breathing air, maybe it will make people think. The thing that pains me is just to see the submission in people's eyes. And I can, see people either they're really scared or they're just like, just resigned. And it just breaks my heart.
Not even. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No, I'm done. Go on.
Well, it's not even, I don't, like fear is one thing, but when you're willingly afraid, when you want to be afraid, then I kind of just lose all kind of empathy or patience with you. It's like, you can tell somebody truth over and over and over. But if they have a problem for every one of your solutions, then I'm just like, well, you know what? At this point, just go in the corner, curl up, and die.
But that's what I'm talking about. No, but that's what I'm talking about. It's the lower vibration, and it's the people that want to be victims, and they don't want. You know what I mean? They don't want. They don't want to change because they're so used to things not working out or being in a state of low vibration, that even if you have good intentions and you're trying to bring them up out of that, like they see that as a threat. They actually attack you. You're like, they want to be miserable and they want to bring you down because misery loves company. But they see somebody that's confident, that knows their stuff, and they want to attack you. They'll say, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist, or, oh, you think you're better than everybody else, or, oh, you have a big ego.
Oh, you're a know-it-all.
You're a know-it-all and
well,
stuff like that.
Well, they're being a know-it-all. No, people used to use that to disarm me for a long time, but I was like, fuck it. I'm not the one that thinks I know everything. I'm like, you're just insecure because you know nothing, and you think that I know everything.
Yeah,
So
exactly. And I'm just like, well, my goal is when I'm trying to tell people, I'm like, look, the media lies, and it's like, they're not telling people the truth. And I felt like, being an independent researcher, going out, talking to people, I know, like, especially for the science stuff, I know where to go. Most people don't know where to look. Just with my work, I've met people that have shown me how to do certain research and look into certain things. And I want to share that with people because I think that would be empowering. But no, there's just some people that want it. I had a, I had a really eye-opening conversation the other day with one of my best friends who I consider he's more, I mean, I love my brother to death, but he knows more about me than my other brother. He's more of my brother than my blood brother. It sucks in a sense. I mean, I'm not saying that it sucks that he's like, but I'm saying like you know what I mean? Like he's close to me. He's like a brother. And we actually had
I get what you're saying.
a long, like, we hadn't talked. He's still in Cali. And we had a long, hour-long texting argument that I actually started. I had to concede and be like, you know what? I instigated it. I said some hurtful stuff, and it was me partly taking my frustrations on him, because he said that I was sending him something about how this lady just put it together so succinctly about how people don't have, like, why aren't they using their brains about the math situation, and she just put it very fast, very succinctly. He was like, well, I don't really care. Okay, let me finish this, and then I guess I'd take the next call after I finish this, but he was like, yeah, basically, he was like, well, I don't want to talk about it. And I was like, you're just a slave. Go out being a slave. Wear your slave muzzle. Like, I don't get, like, this is stupid. And, part of me, it was, in my head, it was kind of like tough love, because I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Wake up. In the past, if he were kind of more, he would be the one that would see through this bullshit and be telling everybody else. So to me, it's very puzzling that he's on the other end of this. And even when so we eventually ended up talking to each other because we didn't want to fight. And he's telling me stuff like, oh, I think both sides are crazy, but I'm voting for Biden. But yet his beliefs align with conservatism more, right? He'll complain about SJWs. He'll complain about the Black Lives Matter. He'll complain about racism and how that's being like he all this stuff that he complains about, but yet he's voting for the same person that is perpetuating these things. And then when I asked him to name policies on either side that he liked or disliked, he couldn't give me one. So, and then when I asked him, yeah, and when I was asking him about Trump, I was like, what do you like about Trump? It was like he was reading what the TV told him to say. He's a buffoon. I don't like the way he talks. He's a bully. I'm like, well, I mean, wow, okay. So I just got to the point. I'm like, look, I haven't talked to my friend in a long time. I'm not going to fight with him. We're just on, opposite sides of this. Maybe he'll come around. I don't know. But it was just very shocking to me. And I just, made a decision within myself that I just really need to try and stop waking people up that don't want to be woke up. I just got to save myself. My friends know where I stand right now. They can come to me if they want to, but I'm going to put my energy into people that are like-minded, or that, that want to be empowered, that want to be, that want to feel good, that want to be, that want to be a positive force for change, because I'm wasting energy doing that. And then, well, my friend will just have to talk about other stuff. We'll just have to talk about other stuff, It's not worth it. And I'm very lucky. And I'm very lucky that he doesn't judge me for, well, he does probably, but he's not like, he's not like, oh, I can't be your friend anymore, So we'll just have to find other stuff to talk about, That's what it is. But you know what? No, but I mean, like, I don't talk to him a lot. I'm putting my energy on, I personally believe that you can't be in the middle anymore. Like, you have to pick sides. I believe that. Now, I thought I'd never get to a point where I would believe something like that. I always thought, I would be able to take the middle ground. But now it's like, and that's the side that he's chosen. And all I can do is pray and hope that, he'll make more empowering decisions. you know,
Well,
and
the
just,
middle ground is something that I realized don't exist a long time ago. Especially when it comes to good and evil.
yeah,
You're either on one side or the other, and the line is very thin.
yeah,
So
yeah.
this thing about trying to play both sides, the shit doesn't work. It's a little bit cowardly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I thought,
It's a sign of
yeah,
insecurity.
yeah, yeah, it is because you don't want people to be mad at you, and you have to stand for something. I don't believe that. I don't believe in the
Yeah,
middle road. I mean, I think in some situation depends on situation, but as far as our country goes and what's going on, and what's right and what's wrong, to me, it's a war between good and evil, and
yeah. Our country's on life support right now, to be honest with
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
and people can say what they want. People can say what they want about Trump. He but for me, he's just a person.
yeah, dude.
I think he has some good in him. I don't think he's perfect, but I mean, shit, who is?
But you know what the thing?
Um,
But the thing is too, they'll accept that behavior from Kamala Harris and some of the other people that are just as rude, and they're bullies, and they're not really very eloquent when they speak, you know. But they'll accept that stuff from AOC. They'll accept it from their side. It's okay if their side does it. But if Trump does it, even though the media is constantly attacking him and his supporters, so I feel like he has to be that way, you know.
it's like you said, it's low vibrational. I don't know why anybody cannot see Kamala Harris is faker than a $3 bill.
Well,
She
because the
she
people.
sent.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go on. Sorry.
I'm just saying, like it's public record that she kind of screwed her way to the top.
Hmm.
I don't put I don't put anything past her as far as like the depth, that she can stoop.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. She's just to me. She's just a. I don't want to say. I don't want to say this, but she's just an evil bitch. And
Oh my God. I'm
you
just
know,
sorry.
I don't want to. I don't want to. No, because I know like some people. If a man calls a woman a bitch, like, it's kind of like, oh my gosh.
But
But
then if she's a bitch,
I
she
don't.
deserves it.
She's
Yeah.
a. I think, and that's
Yeah.
another problem we've had in this country to where we are, where we are. People don't want to call shit like it is.
Yeah, exactly. I think
And
that's what I like about Trump too, because I could never be in politics because I don't like the diplomacy. Like I have to pretend that this COVID shit was real. You know what I mean? Well, I still think, but I have to think of a way to I don't like that shit. I'll never be in politics because of that shit. And the thing is,
yeah,
people won't call other people out on their shit because they're hiding something. Whether it's relationship issues that they're dealing with, whether they're in a relationship, maybe that,
position.
yeah, you know what I mean, or where they're in an abusive situation, or they're in a relationship where it's fake. They're being fake in their life somewhere, whether it's their career, whether it's their family, whether it's with themselves. So that's what it goes back to too, about the whole introspection and internal thing. And it seems like the leftist mentality is really based on insecurity. And when I
Insecurity.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it is using people's insecurities against them as a like weaponizing their own insecurities, and that's how they're controlling them. And if I brought this up, if you read the Unabomber Manifesto, this is written in 1995, and he talks about that's how they're going to try and destroy the country, is using the leftism mentality and their philosophy by using people and their insecurities to bring down the country. It's uncanny.
Yeah, and I think it's all of our faults because we like me. I'm 33. Okay, so I came up in a time where it was everybody is equal. They try to feed us this kind of pipe dream about people are all the same, and that sounds good, but it's not true. We're not
Yeah, it's
all
not.
the same.
Yeah, we're
If
not.
you've been in corporate America, we don't all produce the same. We
Mhm.
don't, like men and women, they're not the same physically. My peak strength is way higher than a woman's peak strength.
Yeah.
We're just not the same.
Yeah.
And in biology, this is why I love science. In biology, structure and function have
Yeah.
a correlation.
And we all have different
So
experiences. We all have different experiences that shape us as well. You know what I mean? In addition to
yeah,
our physical attributes that makes us different. And this is whole shit, like this participation trophy shit. Like
yeah,
I went to a
yeah.
jiu-jitsu tournament last year, and the kids were competing, And when they would lose, they would go off and cry. And it was a little bit heartbreaking to watch, but at the same time, I'm like, you know what? That's actually good. They need to know that they can't win all the time, you know?
Yeah, that's life.
Yeah, that's life. And I think
there's winners and losers.
yeah, and I think it fosters that kind of environment, especially if you put your kids in sports and stuff. That kind of environment actually really gives a good foundation. But if you're, I think these assholes knew what they were doing by doing this, social justice warrior participation trophy shit. That they knew that it was going to weaken people, internally. And now you have this generation of people that are so soft, they can't take criticism. They're offended by everything, You can't even talk to them.
Well,
They cry at the drop of a hat. They're like, they
That's
couldn't have.
that's the value of a father, though.
Well, that as well, yes, you're right. But it also it's all of this stuff, right? In addition to fatherless homes and also, this is the first generation that we've not the first generation, but these are the last few generations after, the family was broken up. Right now, we're fully seeing the effects of it with divorce and, on a large scale and breaking up the family and, single mothers and stuff, the effect that it's had on our society and not just in the Black homes, just our society in as a whole. And then add to that the participation trophy, add to that the brainwashing in schools and all of the socialist curriculum, add all to that. These assholes, this is very contrived, and this was very, I believe, which I talk about in my course. Shameless plug, but but how this is, it's methodical. It's methodical.
Yeah, definitely. It's been years coming, and I think that's another problem. One of my biggest problems with the school system is they don't really teach you how to think. They just they just teach you like what to think.
Yes.
And,
well, that's why I'm not a teacher anymore.
They don't. And
yeah.
You said what?
I said that's why I'm not a teacher anymore.
Oh.
I used to be a teacher, and I come from a family of teachers. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm not a teacher because I'm a private tutor, and everybody's telling me to go to the school system. I'm like, they cannot afford me. And I've worked in the school system before. It's all a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, it is.
It's all a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
I remember this little girl came to me and said she don't want to be my friend. I was like, she don't have to be your friend. I was like, I don't want to be your friend.
Yeah, why are people like kissing kids' ass? You're not there to be their friend. Even the parents that are like that, they want their kids to like them. I hated my mom. I wish death on my mom. And now she's one of my best friends. But I before that, when I was younger, dude, I could not stand my mom. But she was a tough mom, and she was an amazing mom. And I am who I am today because of her. But had she, had she been my friend, I probably wouldn't have been a spoiled bitch. I probably wouldn't have been a great person. I'm not saying like a great person, but I'm just saying I probably... I don't think I would be the person I am today had my mom taken that stance and been my friend. My mom would whip me at the drop of a hat. I had a smart mouth. My mom would my mom would whip me in public. My mom would like go off of me in public. Did not care. My friends ground me. I didn't.
Was old school.
Yeah, she was old school. And my friends' parents, they all had permission to whip each other. Like the kids. If you watch so. If we got out of line, I'm cutting you off too much. I gotta think. I'm sorry. Do you want to say anything else? I'll let you speak because I had some other.
Let me say one thing. Well, two things before I go. That'll be real quick. All right. With these masks, people need to look up the Warburg effect. What that is when you're in hypoxic conditions, that's breeding ground for cancer cells, and those cancer cells thrive on sugar. And during these stressful times, a lot of people are eating sugar, and when you form tumors when your body's trying to wall off toxins and all that stuff like that. So it's kind of like they're really making everybody more sicker.
Yep.
Than than they are, and they know what they're doing. I'm not a genius, I've only been around 30-some years old. This science has been around for a long time.
Yeah.
And I tell a lot of college students this, and they just all they say is, "Well, Trump is racist." I'm like, man, fuck out of here. All right, and then another thing.
Wait, can I just say one more thing? Well, I just want to
You
add
said
to
what?
that. That's Otto Warburg. I forgot about that. Man, you're so far ahead
Yeah,
of
Otto
me.
Warburg.
You're so far ahead of yourself. I wasn't where you were when I was 33. I'm just telling you right now, man. You've got it going on. You really do. Go on. You want to
I'm
say one more
okay.
thing? Well,
One
you
more
got to
thing.
stay humble, but you're a really smart cat especially for your age. I just want to commend you for that. Yeah.
For 33, you should at 33 you should be a little bit have a little bit of feet on the ground. You should be a little grounded by the time you're 33. So I think I'm where I'm supposed to be. I feel like I'm a little behind, to be honest, but
Yeah.
either way it goes. Also, I just want to encourage you. What you do as far as you exposing things and speaking out, that's really big. You're making a bigger impact than you realize. With your course that you're doing, that's big. I think that you should also like do courses on the health things that you do, and the history of health, and how why we are where we are today as far as like the health industry. You even though you're not a teacher by trade, I think it's just in you. And if you did a course in all that, like the viruses and the history and all that shit, I would definitely sign up for it. You're very talented.
I'm doing it
now.
now.
I think.
But go on. Sorry.
Yeah. I know. I thought you just doing the courses on just conspiracy theories and stuff like that.
Well, it all ties in together because the module that I'm about to upload by the end of today, it's medicine and science. It actually talks about that. So.
Okay, cool,
Yeah,
cool.
I
I was gonna sign up for it anyway. I just took my MCAT like on the 28th.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm kind of like free to to do whatever the fuck I want now. So I'm definitely gonna sign up.
Yeah.
And I really believe that you're the kind of person that you can probably have your own school one day. And
like when I'm like 50 or 60, I would really like to do that. I really would, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I'm really hoping that we stay free as a country. So innovation and creativity will be free to express itself instead of all this, people just oppression. When you're oppressed, you can't really be creative, because you're just trying to survive.
Yeah.
So that's the importance of this whole election. I think Trump will give us a little bit more time to get our shit together. If Biden wins, that's a cyanide pill. We're done. So
yeah, well, I don't think
if
he wins, he's not going to win fair because I don't see the support for Biden that I do for Trump.
I don't either.
Yeah,
I don't either. But at this point, I think we just gotta pray.
Yeah.
We just gotta pray for the best outcome. I think honestly, as crazy as it sounds, I think Trump is kind of mercy on this country because if Hillary Clinton was in, shit would have hit the fan.
Be done for.
Shit would have hit the fan.
Be done for. I think I merged somebody because they've been calling, and I know that your time is up. And I'm sorry I interrupted you. I know I've been really trying to be conscious of that, but I just get so excited, So I apologize, but
cool.
And you're so young, and you have such a great head on your shoulders. It just makes me well up with joy to hear you speak about this stuff and you're speaking about too. And I just want to wish you well on your journey. But as far as the medical stuff too, I want to say if you want to write me and you want to know more about that, I think that there are other people that do specifically like the medical and science stuff more than I do. So if you want like Amanda Vollmer from Yum Naturals, Thomas, you know what? Email me again. I'll give you some people to follow.
I've emailed you before. I've emailed you before.
I know, but I'm email me again and be like, hey, it's blah, blah, blah. I'll give you some links of people. Since you're into the medical and science stuff, I'll give you the people that I follow, that I get my stuff from. I think they do it better than me.
Okay,
and some of them are probably going to be starting courses. So I'd rather you, if you want to get more into detail with that stuff, I'd rather you do that, and I'll just hand you over to them because I think you'll get more benefit that way. So.
Okay, cool. I appreciate it.
All right, bye, brother. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
All right, have a good one. Bye.
Hi, I'm so sorry. I know, like, oh no! Okay, hold on. Let me call him back. Call back. Can I call back? 617, call back. 617. 617. I try to answer it. 617. 617. Oh, crap. Can I call? Let me see. It's charging me to call you back. I can't call you back, 617. You have to call me back. Hello, 617. All right. Whoever called, 617. I'm waiting. I'm keeping it open for you. I tried to call you back. It shows you called like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? I'm sorry. I was trying to pick up and put you on a hold so I can finish up with the last caller and then talk to you, but it kept hanging up. I don't know what's going on. What's up? How are you? Who's this? What's your name?
This is Mr. Boston.
Who?
How are you?
Who?
Mr. Boston.
What's up, Mr. Boston? How are you?
Not much. How
All
are
right.
you doing?
Starting. Not that I'm good at the timer, but yes, I'm great. Happy October 1st.
Happy October 1st.
Are you in Boston?
Not quite. I don't live in the city, but there's no riots happening in Massachusetts.
Okay. But you're Massachusetts.
I think that's why we got a Republican governor. I think that has something to do with it. He calls up the National Guard and arranges for everything to be safe and sound.
Got you. Well, that's good for you.
That's to you. I used to work for, let's just call it the agency, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they had me pushing anti-Semitism to the Ukrainians. And if you look at them, they're very nationalistic, and they're all wearing swastikas. And they had me push racist things to the Russians, and the Russians were like eating out of my hands, taking up the racism. And you know what? I think it's just divide and conquer all over the planet.
For sure.
If you look at the plan for a new world order, it should be called the New World Disorder, because they like this chaos. They thrive off of it.
Yeah.
It calls for big government, if you think about it. It's like, oh no, chaos in the streets, better militarize the police. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know. They're going to it's all over. It's even when I lived in Asia, that's when I really started waking up to it, because I would be like, well, a lot of Asians hate each other because of the wars. I lived in Taiwan. Taiwan. Yeah. But
they have to very, very strong police over there, because the quarantine for a virus that's like the common cold. There have been coronaviruses on this planet for as long as there have been human beings.
Yeah, I know.
The fact that they're trying to lock us down for every coronavirus there is, that's outrageous.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at the survival rate. Where are all the dead bodies? Look at the survival rate. Look at how they're switching out other people's comorbidities and saying that they died of the coronavirus.
Yes. Well, that's because they get a job to do it. Each hospital gets $3,000 for every person they mark as a coronavirus death.
Yeah, I mean,
you can blame the IMF for that, the International Monetary Fund. They tried to bribe Lukashenko, which is the governor of Belarus, and he's like, I'm not taking your bribe. I'm not locking down my people. And all of a sudden they have George Soros' color revolution in the streets because of that.
Yeah. Italy, too, I was kind of watching Italy. Italy was having riots about the vaccine mandates and stuff, yet it was, quote unquote, hit the hardest, and they were locked down the hardest. But I think it had a lot to do with the politics that was going on there.
Turkey's trying to pull off another Armenian genocide.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if you're aware of that.
Yeah, I am. I'm aware of the Armenian genocide, yeah.
Russia's all about having countries surrounding it that aren't friendly with NATO. And the reason for that is like they like a buffer zone, so there won't be a war. And the politicians and military strategists we have think it's a great idea, but I picture it starting a war because of this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I hope not, but yeah, go on. Sorry.
The Turkish are using heavy artillery on citizens, like on apartment flats and shit. It's heating up all over the world. It's not just here.
Yeah.
It's fucking chaos everywhere.
Yeah, no, I know. And what's even more messed up with the lockdowns too, more people are dying in the third world countries because they've stopped medicine imports.
You get depression and, drug addiction,
Yeah.
etc.
Well, in addition to that though, but I'm saying even in addition to the suicides and depression, and I've had a couple of my friends' kids try to kill themselves already, and and I have a couple of friends that are schizophrenic, and exercising and going out was the thing that actually kept it at bay, and now it's like their schizophrenia, their mental illness has gotten worse. But even in third world countries and places, in certain countries in Africa and in Asia and in Central and South America, there's been a lot of death too because they haven't been allowing goods in, so people are starving.
I was happy when somebody pulled down the statue of Albert Pike. That's the man who envisioned 3 world wars.
Oh, yeah.
The First World War was to establish a Zionist state on paper. The Second World War was to transfer Jewish people from Europe to the Zionist state. The Third World War was supposed to be between Christians and Muslims to destroy both faiths.
Yeah.
For a long time, Christians and Muslims hadn't had a problem, and they false flagged their way through this. I'm probably going to go down for that one, but they use military-grade thermite. I mean, look at Architects for 9/11 Truth and how much they're suppressing that. They're like, we can't have a law this in court until 2022.
What?
I'm not even fucking with you.
No, I believe you. I'm just like, things are so crazy. I'm like, yeah, why not? Yeah, but 2022, wow.
They are in deep trouble when Christians and Muslims get along and figure out who's pushing the buttons everywhere.
Yeah.
And it sucks because the Zionists control all of the news, and Donald Trump is very pro-Jewish. But the thing is, the media is all stacked against him, so he looks like the victim, if you ask me. So, I'm not very much into politics, but I usually don't vote, but it seems like this year I'm going to be forced to vote for Trump because the alternative is a maniacal maniac. I mean, look at his children. Yeah. His fucking other son had a coke problem, and he died of a heart attack from overdosing on coke. And the other son is just as fucked up. He got kicked out of the Air Force for, guess what? Oh, he was high on cocaine. Do you know how much cocaine you have to do to test positive for cocaine?
No, a lot, I'm guessing.
Like two 8-balls before the test because it fucking leaks out of your system in about, 7 hours.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, you just piss it out of your system. I think the world is only going to get more fucked up than it is now. I think they're trying to start a race war between black and white people.
Oh, for sure.
And that would be the biggest mistake ever.
Yeah.
We don't need a race war.
Yeah.
I don't mind cult people. And, I regret doing what I did for these alphabet soup agencies. And you think about it, they're very tied to our government. I mean, the only person who came out against it was Google. Google's like, we don't want to program your drones to bomb brown people. And then they turned the populace against Google. Like, think about how it's working.
Well, I mean, but Google has been censoring people. Google has been censoring people. I mean, I don't have any sympathy for Google,
Oh, no shit. They censor people. They block free speech.
So, I mean, did the populace turn against Google because of the stuff that Google is doing? Or, you know what I mean? Or, like, like they're not having any responsibility in this, the control that they have, what they're trying to do, they have more powerful than, than some governments on this planet.
But that's the thing. The wars of the future will be fought by corporations. Just like George Carlin said, it's going to be like McDonald's versus Wendy's, like shit
But
like that.
I mean, it hasn't always been like that since the military-industrial complex was formed. I mean, that's what Truman said in his last speech, right? He was talking about that. So,
Yep.
I mean, it's.
And one about it, Donald Trump is ending the wars, and they want to do war on Donald Trump for ending the wars.
Yeah, I know.
Because they make a lot of money off it.
Yeah.
And there are investors that hedge bets on, like, oh, will we win this operation or lose it? And people are, like, gambling on people's lives.
Yeah.
It's really fucked up.
Yeah. It is fucked up. It's very fucked up. But,
And you got those hedge funds that profit off of ending people's businesses. Like, think about it. It's like a vulture society.
yeah.
I think we need to, beat them at their own game, establish our own organizations that they can't co-opt. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that's how they get control of it, is they get one person in that fucks everything up.
Well, I think, to me, it sounds maybe corny. I think the biggest way that you can prevent somebody from co-opting something is by keeping people knowledgeable and empowered, and that's why there's been such a hold on. That's why there's been such an effort on, infiltrating the education system,
Oh,
so
we've been
to
doing
keep
that
people,
since the 40s.
yeah, I would even say before that probably.
Oh, yeah.
If you get into like
Before the
Charlotte
First
Iserbyt's
World
work
War,
and stuff,
actually.
but
Before the First World War.
yeah, and it's like, you have to, people don't know their rights, and people don't understand basic science, and then that's why we're in the situation we are now, huh?
People used to farm their own food, like
Yeah.
for the year, they can things, etc. I do that. I have my own farm here in Massachusetts. I grow all of my own food. I help out
That's
my
awesome.
neighbors. My neighbors help me.
That's awesome.
I don't have any animals, but I live right down the street from a slaughterhouse. I get all my food fresh.
Oh, wow, you're lucky. Look at you, seriously, and I'm not.
You know what, like meat in a factory way, like it feels negative. If it has that negativity in the food, it tastes bad because it sours the meat. It's all about how the animals are treated.
Yeah, that's energy. But
You know what I mean?
even indigenous cultures, when they kill animals, they do it with compassion. They do it fast. They use every part of the animal.
They use everything.
Yeah.
They use everything.
Yeah, they don't just waste. They're not wasteful, and they're very appreciative of it for giving its life to them. And
Absolutely.
yeah, for sure. Let me. I'm gonna take this other call though. I'm trying to stay on time. Yeah, but thank you so much. Yeah, man, thank you so much. All right, I'll talk to you later.
Send it on.
Okay, bye-bye. Hey, hold on a second. Hello?
Hello? Hi.
Hey, what's up? Who's this?
Hey.
Hey.
I have been watching you for a long time, and I'm so glad to finally get a chance to talk with you.
Yeah, what's your name?
Okay, well, my screen name is Al Dente.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I just want to, you don't have to tell me your real name, but Al Dente? You like pasta al dente? I don't know if we can be friends.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can be friends. I like mine cooked all the way. Okay, al dente.
I'm a noodle with just the right amount of bite.
Yeah. I like it. So where are you from?
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm from Louisiana.
Oh, are you there now?
Yeah, I am. We just got past some nasty storms out here.
Oh, I know. I hope you're okay. Your family's okay.
Oh yeah, we're used to this. It's been like this since the dawn of time.
Yeah. Well, one of my best friends is a Katrina survivor, so I know, I know it can get crazy there with the weather and the hurricanes and stuff. Yeah.
That's why. After that, prepping for lockdown was exactly like prepping for a storm for us.
Oh wow! So you guys kind of had it handled, huh?
Oh that's why we're ready to get the masks off. Those things swell up at the humidity and the air and everything. It's awful.
Oh yeah, I've never been in Louisiana. I want to go so bad, but I heard it's just like a shower all the time because of the humidity, right?
Oh yeah, you can cook. Yeah. So what I wanted to bring up was from the debate, and one thing that drove me absolutely nuts as a veteran is Biden pulled the bow card. I don't know if you've seen him do this before in debates, but when he gets to a question or a topic that's too uncomfortable or too difficult, he brings up his dead son, dabs at his eyes, and then they immediately change the topic.
Yeah. Okay. Go on. Maybe I missed that part because I was saying that I didn't see all of it. But go on.
Okay. So basically, what Biden has done before, many times in debates, is Biden will have a question or a topic that is uncomfortable for him, and then he will bring up his dead son, Bo, and dab at his eyes, and then they will change the topic.
Yeah, well, a lot. I mean, I'm not like excusing him, but a lot of people do that when they don't want to be real about something. They'll bring up, or either it's like a dead person that that they were close to, or they'll bring up the fact that they used to have cancer or something like that. It's an emotional tactic that a lot of people use. But it's just frustrating that people don't call him on it like they should.
Now, like I said, as a veteran, I find it absolutely disgusting when he does it. And it has nothing to do with his son when he does it, too. It's just he pulls it out of the blue.
He'd be like, "Hey, Biden, did you play taxes? My son died." And you're like, "What?" Yeah.
That son is setting.
Yeah, like, I don't really know, like, yeah, I just, I mean, I think just more people need to call him on it. But the thing is, people don't call him on it probably like they should, because then they'll be like, "Oh, well, you're a terrible person for yelling at him. Look at him. His son died and he's sad about it." So it kind of goes back to what the first caller was talking about, how a lot of people are afraid to just be real about stuff, because they don't want to look like the bad guy. And I think with Donald Trump, too, the thing that I do like about him is that he's not really afraid to be that guy, but most people are, because they're so brainwashed to care what people think. It's like we're still stuck in high school,
Exactly. Trump, he dresses as a white collar, but he talks like a blue collar, and I think that's why a lot of regular people like him.
Yeah, for sure. And to me, that's people like, bag on his grammar and his rhetoric and how he delivers stuff. But I honestly think it's really good because you can relate to everybody. Language is a way of separating classes. And if you want to really appeal to the lower classes, you will talk like them. But he's always talked like that anyway. It's not like he changed himself since once he got into office. He's always been, and I think, when he was building things, I was talking to somebody about this the other day, and they were bringing up that, he's built a lot of buildings, but he was hands-on in construction, and he would go and he would actually talk to the people, and like sit down and have lunch with them instead of, people, that would have their plans drawn out and really wouldn't deal with the people on the bottom. So I think that's
exactly.
He gets that. And somebody did, I think it was Liz Crokin, did a compilation of all the amazing things that he did for people before he was elected president. And he was loved. Like, everybody, like, I didn't know, nobody talked shit about Trump. Rappers were rapping about him and putting him in his songs and stuff. And it's funny because the younger generation doesn't really know this. But, there are people that have friends that are my age that should know this stuff, but yet they're still falling for the brainwashing shit like he's a terrible racist and he's a horrible person. I'm like, don't you remember when, like, Snoop Dogg was, like, hanging out with him? He's the only billionaire I know that's, hanging out with rappers. Like, you don't see Bill Gates hanging out with rappers, with black people. He only goes to black people when he wants to, like, kill them with his vaccines. That's the only, time I've seen Bill Gates hanging around black people. But Trump is a racist,
No, Well, Bill Gates actually
He's a
said
billionaire.
there was a problem with overpopulation.
Oh, I know, but you know, people are so like entranced by celebrity. Like it's really hard for you tell people that and they're just like, what? You know, like they'll think that, you know, like Elon Musk, and you know, they'll talk shit about billionaires and how billionaires are evil, but yet they worship people like Bill Gates and Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, and I'm like, oh, but they're billionaires too. What? So why are you?
But the
You know,
thing
it's
is
hypocrisy. You know.
they're people too. They're people too. We need to remember that, and they need to remember that, especially.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we're all people. We're all subject to the same, you know, like temptations and flaws, just like everybody else, no matter, you know, what your status is in society. You know. So I don't know. I just but yeah. I'm sorry. Did you you know, you were in the military, so what did you always stand behind like Trump, or did he grow on you?
Well, I was in the military under Obama, and we went through some really horrible times. What he did to us, and we were not allowed to speak about it with the military version of the NDA. But we would vote anything. So that would not happen again, and Hillary was just as bad as he was.
Yeah.
They had groups of civilian speech police going through, waiting to hear any small joke, any laugh, any song that anybody would say, and they would write them up and try to get them demerited, I guess you could say, write them up on charges.
Wow.
And that kind of way of living, constantly being afraid of saying or blurting or even looking the wrong way because of this group, and the taxpayers had to pay for this. It was highly abusive. They were terribly abusive to us.
Wow, yeah, that's creepy. That's something out of a science fiction novel. It's very draconian, very Orwellian, very. I mean, especially I don't know. I have a mouth on me. I don't know if I'd be able to to survive in an environment like that. You know.
Well, I was able to work around them because I was such a short person. One person complained to them that a chief was making short jokes and saying it was terrible against height. You know, people with short people.
What? You're in the military. Where's your...
complaint?
Oh, my God. I'm like, but you guys in the military.
Yeah.
It seems like also on a psychological level, they're like trying to soften up the military, you know? Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You guys fight. You said, what, you were in the Marines? Where were you?
No, I was in the Navy. But the thing
but
I
you're
put a
fighters.
counter-complaint. And since I'm shorter than this person, saying that the lack of jokes made me feel disapproved of because of my height, because nobody went to see me because I was so little and they were belittling me. And they dropped all charges.
Wow. I mean, I don't know, man. It just gets crazier and crazier. You know, I was joking the other day with my friend when they were trying to pull that stuff, and they were like, "Yeah, Trump says the Marines or the people in the military are suckers and they're fools." So we have this joke going, calling, you know, sucker fools. Oh, like it just seems so like ridiculous that it just had to be made up. Oh, they're fools and they're suckers. I was like, yeah, I don't think the military is gonna fall for that. Like all of a sudden he's you know, I'm going.
There's no evidence that Trump said that, and the military doesn't believe he said that. However, there is evidence of Biden telling the military to clap for him. Clap for me, you stupid B word.
Yeah, wow. I'm not surprised because, you know, this is a psychology. This is a modus operandi. Even if it's taken like from Saul Alinsky's Rules for Radicals, everything that they accuse you of, they're doing actually. So it turns the energy focus onto, you know, and if they can accuse the person first before they are caught, then you know, people people will be too drained to actually turn the pendulum the other way and see where it started from, you know? Like, that's where the psychology comes from, you know, accuse somebody
Exactly.
else of doing what you're doing. And then by the time, you know, it comes out, oh, go on.
I was about to say, it's a really silly poker game, and whoever has the most ridiculous cards wins. So that's why you have to keep a deck of ridiculous cards with you, and everybody can have cards. They just need to think of how creatively to apply them.
Yeah, exactly. So the time is up. Is there anything else you would like to say? I'm going to try and take some more calls. Have about another
Oh,
hour or
no.
so.
The next callers, well, one of them to have great words. Everybody stay safe, be
Yeah.
good, and keep the sunny side up.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thanks, Al Dente. Have a nice day. Thanks for calling.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. Um, 512-481-7464. 512-481-7464. Did not sleep well last night. 412-581-7464. 512-481-7464. Anybody want to ask me questions in the chat? In the chat. Yeah, there's a plan to starve the public this winter. Mr. Boston, I forgot to mention there's a plan to starve the public this winter. Yeah, I've heard that, and then, you know, with the supply train being broken and farmers being told to dump their milk and to slaughter their animals. I mean, I don't understand if you know this stuff and you still think this is about a virus. I don't know what I can say. I don't know if you can be helped. I mean, really? You know, why are they trying to break the food chain? The food supply. If you know, why were the liquor stores open if this is about health? You know, why was McDonald's open? Everybody knows that that liquor isn't healthy for you. Everybody knows that McDonald's isn't healthy for you. They may not know how bad it is, but they know that it's not a salad. You know, McDonald's isn't a salad, neither all these other horrible, you know, fast food places that were open that sold sugar. You know, if you know basic stuff, you would know that sugar lowers your immune system and will make you more susceptible. All these fast food, all these GMO, you know, foods that they use in fast food actually will make you sicker. So, any thoughts on the election? I just wanted to, Mike Smith says, any thoughts on the election? I just want it to be over. I just want it to be over. I'm getting so burnt out. I really haven't been watching news or anything. Yeah, I'm really burnt out. It's like every day, Trump. I think a lot of people I know on both sides are just burnt out. You know, I'm just going to do my deed and be done. I'm going to go early in the morning. You know, and get it out the way. And just be done. What are the other? Have you seen the latest from Bill Gates? He's tripling down on global vaccination. I'm not surprised. I don't know. I don't think he's going to get away with it. I don't know if it's because I want him to not get away with it, but any interview now that Bill Gates goes on, he has so many negative comments. They can't even mute the comments. A lot of times now they're just turning the comment section off. The last few interviews he did a few months ago, people were going off on him, calling him a murderer, which he is, talking about his programs and it was glorious to see, because even like Instagram couldn't even, mute the people. A lot of times they can fix that stuff. They'll either just censor people or mute them, but it was just so many coming in from all over the world that they couldn't even control it. So, Food is a weapon. Image has been suffering. Like the it's 512-417-464. Georgia Guidestones, 500 million. It's about Georgia Guidestones. Yeah, I know. Reptiles. Okay. Yes, me too. Everything is so with life. It's almost like you're forced to see it. I know. I've been kind of trying to make my videos and then bounce, and it's just frustrating because they're just messing with the numbers and stuff. And I mean, I don't know what's gonna. I mean, there's just so much going on so many levels. It's just very overwhelming. I've been trying to just read more. I've been working on music. I've been doing that. Outside of doing the channel. Do you think they will use the inevitable riots after Trump wins to enact martial law? I think that there's probably going to be riots either way, so maybe. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to use it to enact martial law. I don't know. I think this is the thing. I believe. Trump wins, there's probably going to be riots in liberal cities. If Trump loses, there's going to be riots everywhere. Because I honestly think that there are more people that support Trump even more this time around. I think there were a lot of people that silently supported Trump. And I even had some people, my family that came out and told me that they supported Trump, but they didn't want to tell the rest of the family. But now with the walk away, with, Brexit, with... they're just people that are, I was talking to this guy the other day, he didn't want to vote for Trump, but he's like, well, I'm not voting for the Democrats. I'm never voting for them ever again. I'm done with them. I'm done. Yeah. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. I would get food and stock up on food and ammo, before the election, because I'm actually anticipating riots. I don't know how long it's going to last. I think that people are going to go out and riot, or the left will send riots out to create even more chaos. It's sad because the mainstream media is very leftist, so they're going to try and control the narrative through that way. And I just don't really see how Trump is going to lose. I bought into the media last time with their lies, and but I didn't care either way. I didn't vote either. I didn't vote at all, and now I see how they're really lying this time, and I don't think that. I don't know. I mean, I don't think he's gonna lose, and not because I'm arrogant like the left was last time, thinking that we're going to win. I don't see any evidence of it, and I don't know anybody that voted for Trump before that is like, oh, well, I'm going to go to the Democratic Party. Nobody, but there are tons of people that voted Democrat before that's walking away, and that even if they don't vote for Trump, they're not voting for Biden. Either they're not going to vote, they're going to vote Libertarian, or they're going to vote for Trump. So I don't see that Biden has any support. He doesn't have any plans. Like even the debate that I saw, the parts that I saw, it was all about him talking about what a bad president Trump was. I was like, okay, Biden, what is your plan? What do you plan to do? We have a lot of problems in this country. How do you plan to help people? No, it was about bashing Trump. It's so petty and so high school. Bringing up his taxes and stuff. Well, maybe, I don't know, but you think those people paid taxes too? They paid the right amount of taxes? Like, get out of here, I don't think that most Trump supporters are the rioting type. I think that because we've been abused so much for 4 years, whether it's been physically by people who don't like Trump supporters, whether it's been psychologically with all the hit pieces they put out on people that support Trump, saying that you were mentally ill, we're psychologically deranged, we're crazy, all the propaganda against us. I think that could be the tipping point for people to to lose it if he loses. I mean, there's really no rioting type. I think that anybody could be pushed to rioting no matter what race, no matter how old. It just depends on the situation. So I think there are people that are more easily pushed than others to riot, but I think that if he loses, it's not going to be fair. It's going to be a rigged election. So that might be enough to get people to riot. Plus, many never Trumpers from 2016 will vote for Trump in 2020. Yeah. Many Republicans did not vote for Trump, as they will do. Yeah, he was even saying there's even been a lot of Democratic mayors and that have actually come out in support of Trump now because of all this the shenanigans that has been going on with the riots, and they see how, the House and other people just let their how what was I gonna say? Yeah, how he just the people in charge, the leftist people in charge, just let their cities burn and let their businesses get attacked. So a lot of independents are like, yeah, I know a lot of independents are going to vote for Trump for sure. Where are we? I'm also trying to release some of the comments they're holding. 512-481-7464. I have about another hour, you guys, so if you want to talk to me. I'm not going to stay longer than that, though, but I'll be back tomorrow. Please go to my music channel. Hold on. Please join my music channel. Oh. Yeah, hold on. Send. Please join it. Please join. Let me see. My music channel. I have 101 subscribers. I'm so lucky. I'm trying to get more than that. But yeah, I really hold on. I like to teach. I'm really an artist, though. I really feel like that's where my heart lies too, and I feel oh dude, I lost it. Hold on. In an honest election, Trump wins in a landslide. Yeah, I feel like I'm dying inside because I'm not being as artistic as I should be. So that's one reason I'm getting back into music. I think you guys will like it. I mean, that's there's new music coming out. My sound is changing a little bit, but that's really where I feel like I lie, and I think that music really is food for the soul. It really is a way to get a message across to people on a more visceral level, and that's why the Illuminati is all up in Hollywood. Right? Because they know the power of music and art symbolism. And I'm actually reading, let me see if I can, oh yeah, easy access. I'm reading this book right now called The Secret Power of Music. And they're talking about, music has a power to change chromosomes. Music has a power to, it influence plants. Music can, if you look up cymatics, where they put the sand on the sound wave board and you can change the frequencies, the sound will actually transform, depending on what frequency is, it would transform the sand into perfectly geometrically shaped objects. I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but so I just started reading this book, but I was reading in Chinese emperor. I don't know his name off the top of my head, but there's a Chinese emperor in the book. Basically, he would not, basically saying that he wouldn't let any different kind of music into his kingdom without checking the frequency of the music first, of the pitch of the instruments. So if, for instance, if somebody sent from another kingdom was like, hey, I'm sending my musicians over, hey, not so fast, let me check the frequency. There's a lot of sacred geometry and knowledge and psychological manipulation and spiritual manipulation that can be done with music, whether it's good or bad. Even I would say part of the issues in the inner city is the rap music. And I'm not saying rap is bad. I think when I started listening to rap, back in the day, a lot of it was very conscious and empowering. But there has been a concerted effort to infiltrate the music industry and make rap now about killing and gangster rap and, and drug dealing and stuff. And when I really started to realize this was when I was a teacher and I saw not kids just singing along with the lyrics of these really vile rap songs, but also incorporating it as part of their being. And now, they're kind of self-sabotaging themselves on a subconscious level. And if you know anything about the subconscious is very, very powerful, even more powerful than the conscious. So that's another reason why you have people that are buying into this bullshit with the coronavirus and the lockdowns that really shouldn't be, because their subconscious is affected, right? If they have insecurities, they feel lowly about themselves, they're going to really, the leader going to hook into this. So I really feel that music and art is a way to break people out of it. And I feel like I need to get back to that, not only for myself, but also, for this fight against good and evil. I think it's very, very important, and especially that we also have a huge hand in the culture war, because honestly, all this time before this miracle of the election that happened, where Donald Trump won, the left basically, they still have a really good grasp on the culture. We need sufficient people to participate in the culture war, and I definitely want to be a part of that. And I feel like I fit in better that way anyway. That's who I am, Hello. I'm trying to. Okay, hold on. 512-481-7464 here. I'm gonna put in 512-481-7464. Okay. Let me see. Going back in the comments. Hey, are you from Sweden? Friedrich! If you email me, Friedrich Lundberg, I want to talk to somebody outside the United States. Maybe I can figure out a call-in time that would be better for you. Or what I can do, I can give you, you can get the email, and then I can accept it. This goes for also anybody that wants to call from outside the country. And then I can hook you up through Skype, and then you won't have to pay. You can call in that way. So there will be a revolution, not a riot. Difference will be pursuing directly responsive. Okay. I think I went too far back. Anyway. Jumbo Jet 8. Are you on Twitter? Yes, but I'm not very active. But I'm going to probably be more active on my music channel. On Twitter within the next month or two. So, but you can follow me on Twitter, Truth or Talk. I don't put a lot of stuff out there, but okay. Let me see. Are these my last calls? I'm serious, you guys. I'm leaving at 12:30 today for sure, or actually 12:20, because I have stuff to get through. I'm curious, what nationality does the name Virstyne come from? It's my two grandmothers, Virginia and Ernestine. So my dad named me, and Virginia's my mom's mom, and Ernestine is my dad's mom. So that's how he came up with that name. Even the Norse knew that if you sing your plants, it promotes root growth. Yeah. Some frequencies can trigger people suffering from migraines. Modern pop really gives me a doozy. Yeah, or it can calm people too. What you are, if you listen to English, you'll be morbid. Right, rap is now moral and demoralizing. The high vibration spiritual music, but the negative brainwashing see what come. Play my music. If you go to my music channel, hold on. You can hear some of my old singles, but I'm leaving the, oh shoot. If you go here, you can hear some of my old singles. I actually think I'm going to do something where I'll just offer one of my singles for free as an incentive to get people to sign up, because I'm really trying to build up my my email list. I think, I can bring you a Russian if that helps. Yeah, if you go to Biavi, I'll put all the links for Walk Away for my music stuff after this is over. I'm so frustrated, you guys. Forgot those of you guys who are getting late. I had everybody set up. I had everything set up. Oh, I guess in this one, yeah, I had everything set up in the last setup, but I don't know. I don't know what happened. Like YouTube is tripping, as it always does, all the time, every day, 24/7 days a week. Yeah. Anyway. All right. 512-481-7464. If I send you a care package with some local goodies, I can't do grains. I can't do dairy right now. Yeah. I like dairy. I love grains. I'm just trying to get some internal inflammation stuff. I can't do potatoes. So I'm like, what am I eating? So Russians call it Texas because tech. Oh, okay, cool. Is anybody gonna call? Am I gonna talk to anybody? Somebody's gonna call the last minute when I'm gonna go off, and then they're gonna be like, oh. I'm like, yeah, 5 more minutes. No grains in there. We have fatty treats. Yeah. I'm actually doing ketogenic right now. I'm trying to get some inflammation. I'm not going to be ketogenic forever, but I'm going to do ketogenic for a minute. Hopefully, I'm trying to hopefully be in ketosis by I was thinking giving myself 7 days. I might be in ketosis now. I haven't checked, but there's a short video by Reality Notification with an interview of George Orwell. Really, could you send that to me? I've seen the interview with what's his face? Aldous Huxley at Berkeley, where Mike Wallace interviewed him. I actually used a clip from that in the first module that I did. But yeah, I would like to actually see the George Orwell. I actually think George Orwell is a better writer because I read what's that in 1984. I read 1984 and I read Brave New World, and I think like Aldous Huxley, I think his concepts are good and interesting, but I felt more drawn into George Orwell's. I felt more for the characters, definitely. That scene where they were beating up Winston, man, that was just like God reading that, jeez. And I think I read it before I saw the movie, so yeah. It was just heartbreaking, man. And that scene, the last scene where they put the cage on his face and they said the rat's gonna eat his face, and he's like, don't do it to me, do it to Julia, dude. And it's just like your heart just breaks because you know that they broke him there, like, I mean, he went through a lot, he was able to withstand, but that's when they fucking broke him. It's so like saddening, And, their relationship was never the same after that. Man. Anyway, I get like sad when I think about it, but I thought that it was written very well. Whether I agree with him or not, whether I think, he's a good person, that's a different story. But I think that there's always room to separate an artist from the art that they do and the person that they are. So 3 days water only, it causes you to make brand new stem cells. I've heard that. I tried to do a water fast and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. But I think that I might try it eventually. I've tried different things. I've tried the raw food diet. The raw food diet was amazing. I tried it for 2 months. It was great. I didn't have any asthma. I didn't have any cramps. I didn't have, my skin was amazing. But I lost too much weight. I was starting to look like an Ethiopian. It was awful. Like, I shouldn't say an Ethiopian, but like a starving African child, basically. Like, it was like, I had a friend that actually came up to me and she's like, are you okay? Like, there's help. Like, you don't look so good. And I thought that was really nice. I was like, girl, I'm doing the raw food diet. I'm doing the lemon cleanse. Oh, no, that was when I did the lemon cleanse. Sorry, it was the raw food diet. But I tried that. Lemon cleanse is great, too. I tried that for about, I think it only lasted like a week. I was supposed to go for 10 days, but I did it for about a week. But still, it's a good way to detox. It's good to fast and detox. I think just about every old culture, old religion, they have it in their religion where they actually fast. And I think even Gandhi was talking about it in his book, A Guide to Health. I've been researching the ketogenic diet. Are you also vegan and or vegetarian? I've probably been a vegetarian more of my life than I have not been a vegetarian. I'm not a vegetarian anymore. I'm thinking about that I really need to not do dairy, especially with the cheese. I'm still sensitive to the casein. I'm not lactose intolerant, but I still get very like congested and stuff if I eat a lot of cheese. I may be able to do a little bit here and there, but if it's too much, the harder cheeses are probably easier for me to digest, like cheddar. The softer the cheese is worse, but I've seen some people on the keto diet get super hangry. But I haven't. What kind of diet are they? What are they eating though? It's cool. It's cool, man. You can have as much like cheese and fatty stuff as you want. That's what's cool about it. But then you can have sugar. That's my weakness. Sugar is really hard for me to has been really hard for me to quit. So I've been chewing on these toothpicks. I got these tea tree toothpicks, and I've been chewing them as if I have like a smoking habit. But that's how I've been getting rid of my anxiety with trying to quit sugar and getting sugar out my system. And I've also been doing those flavored soda waters, but that don't have sugar in them. But those have to be bad. The carbonation and it's probably not so good. So, did I catch the link for the reality not fiction link? No. If you can just email me, that would probably be better, and just put in the subject line. I get a lot of emails, so if you just put in the subject line what you're emailing me about, and I can get it that way. Because I don't really want to go through the chat. It's going to be too much. So, try good stevia strain. Is there anything stevia? I hate stevia. Plus, I came across in my research that stevia is also one of the plants that they use to promote anti-fertility. So, I don't really, I'm glad I don't like stevia. Lemons give you a lot of energy. I'll take that into consideration. How do you eat them? Do you just put salt on them, or do you just put them in water? Sativa. Yeah, I'm trying to. Sativa? Yeah, I'm not smoking weed right now either. So I'm getting all that. No alcohol, no weed, no grains, no sugar. It's like, what am I gonna do? No weed, none of that stuff. I'm getting all that out, all it out. So, all right, well, I'm gonna leave at noon if nobody calls. Meatballs. I know. I had these I made these Asian meatballs the other day. They were amazing. Like, I got some carrots, and I got ginger, cilantro, onions, sesame oil, and soy sauce, and I made these amazing, these little, and what I did, I saw this from this lady, but I got the ground beef, and I put them in cupcake trays, and I baked them like that, so they were like these cupcake meatballs. It was amazing, it was amazing. It was really good. So I'll definitely be eating that again, definitely. I'm like, in fact, Kaffa seasoning makes the best meat patties. Yeah. I mix lemon and limes in ice water. So good, huh? Yeah, I do. I do that when I go out. So when I went out yesterday, I usually tip the bartenders really fat, but I would just be like, "Hey, I just want a water," and I just ask them to put like lime on it, you know. And oh, baked lamb's really good too. Yeah. So I don't. I mean, I eat meat. I also don't eat a lot of meat because I can feel that but I can feel when I've had too much meat, and my body's like, "All right, you need some vegetables." Oh, any thoughts on Trump's platinum plan? What is that? Hello. Hello. Who am I speaking?
Hey,
Hey,
how you doing? This is Bobby from New York. How are you?
from New Zealand?
Bobby from New York. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. I was like, you still looking from there? Yes, I can hear you. Hi, Bobby. How you going? How you doing?
I'm wonderful. Okay, I watched you years ago. I thought you were adorable. So, you know, as a man, heterosexual, yeah, I thought you were adorable. That's what drew me into you. And then I listened to you. Oh, my God, you just rock. So much common sense. I loved it. Then I don't know what happened because I was subscribed to you. I just didn't see you for years. And I got this new favorite YouTuber
Oh.
that all of a sudden, boom, she pops up on your show. Jennifer from what, Red?
Oh my God, I'm gonna tell her.
Red.
I'm gonna tell her. She'll love it. Yeah, I just actually spoke to her this morning. I'm like, yeah.
Whoa, that was so cool. So I've seen my two favorite female truthers together sitting next to each other. I thought that was awesome. And then that just brought you back into life. So now I'm back on your channel and I'm watching you regularly. And I don't normally call, but I heard you, saying, you just put the number out there. I figured I'd reach out. I think you're marvelous. So what state are you in? You're in California?
I'm in Texas. I'm from California though.
Okay,
Yeah.
and you're in Texas. So then she came down to Texas. That's how you guys got together,
Yeah. But
right?
we've been talking for a while, and she
Right,
reached
right.
out to me, and yeah, I
Wow,
think she's great.
You guys are both gorgeous. So actually, same thing with her. She's gorgeous, Julian, and then just the common sense just blew me away. So you two, I'm saying your voices need to be heard because you two women, if you don't mind me saying, your beautiful complexion and your common sense. The media wants something to do with you guys. I was lucky enough. I worked in Delhi. I was lucky enough to meet Deneen Borelli. You ever hear of her?
Deneen Borelli. I don't know. I'm gonna say no because I can't. Yeah.
She's a black female, a conservative. She's married to this wonderful guy, Tom Borelli, Dr. Borelli. And they just happened to, oh my God. She came in a few times, so polite, so sweet. And every time I look at her, I'm like, wow, she looks just like Deneen Borelli. And I always thought Deneen Borelli was gorgeous. So then one day I go home and I Google her. I'm like, oh my God, she's from Tuckahoe. Oh my God, this could be her. It really was her. So anyway, she's on Fox News. And you guys are like a younger version of her. You're all beautiful, but the common sense is what they want to suppress, which is out of control. Let me throw one thing at you, if you don't mind.
Wait, hold that thought. I just want to tell you this before I forget. Ginny's actually going to be near you. She's going to be in D.C. at the Walk Away if you would like to meet her.
Wait. She's going to be in New York?
She's going to be in D.C.
And she's going to be where?
In D.C.
Say it again.
In Washington, D.C. Yeah. So,
well, no, that's not near me. I'm in New York, and I'm my mom had Alzheimer's. She's my best friend. I quit work for 12 years taking care of her. So I'm like beyond broke. I just passed away 5 years ago, and I just started working. I work in delis. I drove a cab. I just, it's rough. But anyway, if she was ever in New York, I'd love to meet her. If you're ever in New York, you guys are amazing. Anyway, let me throw one thing at you if you don't mind.
Yeah.
I'm a singer-songwriter, and there's got to be a reason why I write these songs, because I wrote my first song when I was 11. I couldn't play an instrument, and I write music. It's amazing. I have a guitarist. We sit, and he gets these songs out of my head exactly as I am. Anyway, I've been texting you in the chat. I know you got 1,000. My band is called Pottersfield BX. If you don't mind,
What is it
at,
called?
at your leisure, Pottersfield BX.
You know, the best way
and
to...
I've been hitting you, Pottersfield BX, that's my YouTube channel. Pottersfield BX, all one word. And I have one song that has over 1,000 views. It's called Make America Great Again. And it's about locking up Hillary. And I'm telling you, not because I wrote it. These lyrics are so cool. Lock up crooked, you know who. Rapist Bill and Chelsea too. Don't forget that string bean, Uma Abedin, the wife of the queen, if you know what I mean. This is stuff that just should be out there, not because I wrote it, because people need to wake the F up.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind,
what,
if you can just, at your leisure, put it on. I'm the singer, I wrote it, and just, if you don't mind, in my comments, just put a reply, you know, what you think about it.
You know, you do me a favor, if you just, if you email me, info@truthertalk.com, email me the link. That will be the easiest way for me to find it. And then
Where's your email? I go into your About page on YouTube.
Yeah, it's just info@truthertalk. So you know the name of the channel, right? So if you do that, put in the headlines the name of the song that you called in or whatever, right? Because I get a lot of emails.
Right.
But
No
do
problem.
that, if that would be easier for me. And
You got it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, and I'll definitely check it out.
And you rock. You're amazing. God bless you. Keep
Thank
doing
you.
what
God
you're
bless you
doing,
too.
and keep growling the truth, Tiger. All right.
All right, thank you so much. You be
Thank
blessed
you
too.
so much. God bless you.
Okay.
Bye bye. It was
Bye-bye.
a pleasure talking to you.
You too. Bye-bye. He didn't go over 10 minutes. Anyway, which is a good thing. Am I doing better, you guys, and not cutting people off? I know that my mom will tell me that stuff too. She's like, God damn it, Virstyne, you've been cutting people off. You need to stop. Yeah, his accent's adorable. I love people that have accents. I guess it's more exotic to me if they're outside of California, like Southern accents or like. But you know, I like imitating people too. So I love. They say imitation is the best form of flattery. So I like when people have accents. It's really cool. Yeah. Yeah. My cousin has a real cute New York accent, and she's from New York, and but we're on different sides of the political spectrum. But it's funny because I remember like when we'll fight, she'd be like, I'd be like, you need to Google it. She was like, you need to Google it. And then we'll like, we'll like start talking back and forth, and then I'll end up picking her accent, and we'll be like, no, you Google it. No, you Google it. No, you Google it. No, you Google it. It's funny. But, but I love that. I have a friend, Danielle, too. She's from New York, and I love it. She's Italian. And she'd be like, these people are crazy. Like, what the fuck's wrong with them? I don't understand. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm all, like, nervous about my New York. But anyway. But yeah, I think that's cool. All right, guys. It's 11:55. I will stay until 12:20. So anybody wants to call in, the time is now. I'll be back tomorrow. Same bat time. Same bat channel. I'm going to be doing this for a whole week, every day, 2 hours a day. I'm trying to get people to move over to my music channel and to promote all the other stuff that I'm trying to promote. Again, while I'm waiting, I'll just do some promotions. Yay, promotions! All right, Walk Away this weekend. If you are in the New York area or in Jersey, any places close where you can take a bus or train to DC. If you're in Jersey, New York, I don't know what else is around there, Baltimore. Anyway, it's going to be in DC. They're having a women's town hall on the 2nd. I love these town halls too. They've done one. And I've talked about people using identity politics, but I don't know, like maybe to a certain degree it's necessary because we have been so programmed into being into our own, race and sex bubbles that maybe, you know, people need to feel comfort, especially since they're programmed to believe that, you know, people that support Trump are like sexist and racist. But I guess Laura's going to be there, Diamond and Silk, Katie Hoppins, Shamika Michelle. And it's going to be this Saturday, they're going to have the big event where you can just meet a bunch of like-minded people. In this day and age, you know, everybody's so attacked, you know, for their beliefs on the right side. It's it really would be cool. Nancy Pelosi's going to be there. No, I'm just kidding. It really would be cool to meet like-minded people. I wish I have the time and money to be able to go to some of these events, to meet some of these people. But I'm sure everybody that goes, they're going to have a blast, a bliggity blast, you know. And I regret not being able to go. But check it out. This is the website. After this is done, after I cut the feed, and then I'm going to have to wait a few minutes for it to finish uploading, and then I'll put all the links in there. Yeah. So you want to go support them, go to the Walk Away this weekend. I think it's a 3-day event, or either the second is the women's town hall, and then the Saturday, I think they might have something Friday too. There's more information on the website, and then Saturday is going to be the big event where y'all party. It looks like it's going to be a big old party. I'm not even lying. You can join my music channel. I'm releasing a single at the end of this month, which I'm going to use that single to promote my for my album, basically promote my crowdfunder. So I'm going to start. I have another single coming out. Actually, I'll tell you what it's about. It's about the media and how much they lie and what evil motherfuckers they are. But it's done in a very cool way. And so I have that single coming out. And I think I might have a trailer for the single by the end of the day. And then at the end of the month, I'll have the single. And then by then, I'll have the, I'm doing the crowdfunding raiser for a whole month to raise money for me to create an album and get some conscious music out there. So, and then also please join my email list, because with all the censorship going on, how am I going to keep in contact with you guys if shit goes down, right? And then also my Conspiracy Realism course for sale, last day at $40. Tomorrow is going to go up to $80, but it's a good deal for over 8 hours of work, or 8 hours of footage, at $8 a module, you know, and you can watch it over and over again. And it also comes with the PDF booklet. So I'm writing the booklet and doing the videos at the same time. I showed a trailer at the beginning, but I'll put that in the links too if you want to check that out. So yeah, you guys, yeah. So all right, guys. I will stay on for 20 minutes. I'm gonna check the chat and see if there's anybody that has any questions. Okay. Yeah, I like Diamond and Silk a lot. Diamond and Silk, they're such nice ladies, and they're funny. And I didn't know they were sisters for the longest time, and I thought they were just friends, but I was like, yeah, I love how they seem to like read each other's mind. You know, they can fit in each other's sentences, and they just know each other. And someone's like, yeah, but they're sisters. I was like, oh. So. Okay. Oh, wow. I don't know, Bobby, if you're watching, Mr. Boston said he will pay for his bus ride to DC if you wanted to go. So, if you're interested in that, Bobby, please note that in the email that you're going to send me with your link to your music, or either send me a separate email saying, and then Mr. Boston, could you email me your you send me an email, and if I can make that work, I'll hook you guys up together so you guys can figure that out. So email me. I'm going to be ordering. Okay, cool. Did you know that too many people are organizing to march in Berlin and camp there to end this lie? 10th of October. Dude, Berlin is the bomb. I love Berlin. I love Berlin so much. Out of all the places, I've been to Europe. I've been to like 4 places in Europe. Been to the Czech Republic. I've been to Denmark, England, Berlin, Sweden. I was only in Sweden for like a day when that was an accident. So I've been to 5 places in Europe. I don't really get a lot of time in Sweden. And it was at night. We were just stuck there for a day, so we just went out, and a lot of places were closed. I didn't really get to hang out in Sweden, but technically I've been to Sweden. I think I even did a video when I was there walking around at night in Sweden. But I like Berlin. Czech Republic is probably number 2. I like Berlin a lot. Like, yeah. And I know that they had a huge, I think it was one of the largest marches in history to march against the lockdowns and stuff there too, not too long ago. So, yeah, man, I think that's awesome. You're in Irish. You're in Dublin. Oh, dude, I want to go everywhere, man. I want to go to Ireland too. I've heard the people in Ireland are awesome. Irish people are very no nonsense, which I really like. Like, they don't beat around the bush. If I had to stereotype like cultures that are very just like no nonsense, will tell you shit like it is. Irish people, Israeli people, German people, for sure. They don't fucking fuck around. It's like New Yorkers. They have that, or people from the East Coast. They have that attitude, which I like. Whether either you know where they stand, like right when you meet them, or it's just they just keep it moving, which I like it because it doesn't waste my time. So I quit the government job I had. I ate my soul. Yeah, I mean, I was upset about being fired at first, but I knew I was getting fired. But it was eating my soul. It was eating my soul, and now I'm actually happier. I'm trying to, figure out ways to make money, doing the course and stuff where I don't have to go back and, have to wear a mask or anything. But I honestly think that this mask stuff is going to be over within the next couple of months. If it's not, then I will be surprised. But aren't you half Irish? Oh, my grandmother's half Irish, so I'm have Irish in me. I don't know if that makes me like a 4th or an 8th. I don't know. Or a 16th. I don't know. I know I have Irish roots, but I've never done anything like what is that? Well, what is that? Like 23andMe, because I'm scared. I'm like, what if they take my DNA and clone me? I don't know. I'm a little bit. I think you have to sign something saying that they own your DNA, and I'm not really comfortable with that. But I would really like to find my roots. I am also Haitian. I know my mom's grandfather was Haitian, from Haiti. Or my mom, yeah. So my my great grandfather, and I've heard that I've had some Chickasaw Indian. Allegedly, that's my makeup. I haven't confirmed any of this, but that's what I know. So, any Italian in you? I don't know. I had this psychic tell me that I had Italian roots. I was like, really? I don't know. I would actually like to see where all my ethnic roots are. But and yeah, as far as I know, I don't have any Italian in me. But who knows? Anything is possible. Anything is possible. All right. Well, I don't know, man. 14 more minutes before somebody can call. I'm bouncing. Even if you call at 481-7464. We have shrooms. Yeah, I like shrooms, but you have to kind of have a day to recover. I haven't had time to do shrooms. But I also like to eat shrooms. I made shiitake mushrooms. the other day. Oh my God. With in this it was like this tie. I made kamka tie. All right, yay! Last caller. Hello, what's going on? Who's this?
Hola, how you doing?
Hey, what's up? Who's this?
This is Nico.
Hi, Nico.
I'm from Chicago. Saying hi.
You from Chicago? All right, Nico. Nice to meet you.
Chi-town. So, you've been out here for a while, huh?
I mean, what?
You've been out here for a while doing the live thing.
Yeah. I've been on since about 10 Central Time. So I'm gonna be doing this every day for a week.
I don't know how I ran into your channel, but I did, maybe like last year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's on my subscription feed. So every day you put a new video up, I see your lovely face all the time.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
And I heard you talk a lot about your problems with your brother and your Trump support and all that. I've heard you talk about that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How's that going? Still beef?
Yeah, I don't really think it's gonna change. I mean, I actually texted him the other day. I just text him on an as a whatever need to know basis. I just finished.
No political.
Yeah, I mean, like, I just finished the Spanish class.
The reason I ask.
Oh.
The reason I ask is I go through similar stuff with my brother too. Like we're beefing really bad.
Yeah, I mean, that's why, my family, I know my mom, and maybe there's some other people in my family that might be mad that I put my family business out in the public. But I wanted to do that because I know that the other people that are going through the same thing, And
yeah, you could do that without getting personal, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I just, yeah, man, I just don't know. There's a lot of other factors also too. He's in the tech industry. He's lived in Berkeley for over 10 years. He lives in Berkeley right near the campus. He's, a millennial. I mean, there's so many factors also that tie, he was there that night that Milo, they tried to burn down Berkeley, and Milo was, they were protesting. He was protesting. I don't think
you were in Austin, right?
Yeah. But he lives in Berkeley, so he was there. I don't know if you remember, like a few years ago, Milo was speaking, and they basically tried to break in the building and kill him, and they were like burned down Berkeley, and they caused like $100,000 worth of damage, and the mayor told them to stand down.
Holy shit!
Yeah, he was protesting.
When was that? During the protest?
I think this was like right after the election or like before the election, like again, like 2017, 18 maybe.
Did you watch Shadowgate at all?
Yes, I did.
All right, I'm eating lunch here too.
It's okay. I know. I can't wait to eat. I'm so hungry. I can't wait. I'm about to go eat and do my thing after this.
I've been working. I'm at work right now, and I've been like flipping through my phone, and I see you're live, and I'm like, I'm gonna call her when I get out lunch.
What are you eating?
So I did. That's right. I got to.
Are you eating a sandwich?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I want a sandwich so bad.
I pack my lunch, man. It saves me a lot of money.
Yeah, dude. Do it. And it's healthier.
I'm trying to eat better.
Yeah.
Smoked honey turkey, oatmeal bread or oat wheat bread, oat nut bread. It's really good.
Oh man, that sounds really good. Yeah, but
you know what? That whole thing about Shadowgate was one of the things they're said on there is how they're using military level psyop on the public, right?
Oh yeah,
which is propaganda, basically.
Yeah, to manipulate people. Yeah.
And so, like my brother, for instance, he sent me a text the other day about the debates, and he's like, "Oh, look, Trump won't denounce white supremacy. Is that who you want to align yourself with? Blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Look, man, that's straight up propaganda, dude. Trump denounced white supremacy in 2016. How many times do you want him to denounce it? We got to fill it in your liberal heads that he's not a white supremacist, all right? We talk about the Proud Boys. I'm like, the Proud Boys, I don't know who they are. They're so insignificant. It's a group of patriots that are mostly white, led by a black Cuban American. I'm like, come on, man. Get real. You know what I mean? But it just shows to me how it reaches people. And my brother's got a master's degree. He ain't no dummy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we're totally different. He's a white collar. I'm blue collar. I'm in construction. He's like the executive.
We bump heads all the time.
Well, there's also this, like, brainwashing too, where a lot of people think that they're better than you because they have, degrees. Not only that they're more, not only more skilled.
He said to me.
Oh, no, that's my brothers. Not only that they're more skilled in a certain area because they have this expertise, but they're just a better human being. You know what I mean? Like a more worthy human being.
Oh, it's a total. We call it.
Like mindfuck. I don't know. I just love like not.
It's they're sitting on their high horse. You know what I mean? What do they call it when they Well, the SJWs do it.
Virtue signaling.
Exactly, virtue signaling. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. But the best remedy for that is just to let them know that you don't give a shit and that you don't care, because a lot of those people they have that attitude because a lot of people kiss their ass. A lot of people be like, well, I have a master's degree, and then a lot of people they say, oh, well, I'll just be quiet. Oh, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. It doesn't. It really doesn't.
You know what I've learned?
Go on.
Oh, sorry, I'm talking over you. I'm having a bad connection here too, so bear with me.
Yeah.
But I've realized, I'm more of a street guy, and my brother was a little sheltered, a little more naive, and I realized that there's a huge difference between knowledge and wisdom.
Oh, totally,
I've come
exactly.
to realize you can have all the knowledge in the world, you could read all the books, but if you don't know how to process that information and have real life experience and wisdom to back it up, it's meaningless.
That's what my brother too. Same position. He's younger than me. I've traveled more. I've had different jobs. I go out and I talk to people. I research. He doesn't have any of that. But he'll be like, oh, but my textbook from Berkeley knows more than you. He'll say the most condescending shit. And then I'll say something.
I'll say, really, dude? Really?
Yeah, and I'll say something in defense, and he'll cry. He'll call my mom. He called my mom to fucking tell. He's a 30 in his 30s. Okay, he's calling my mom and be like, she said this to me. I was like, well, wow, it would be nice that if you were to take responsibility for the stuff that you said first. You just act like I called you up and just start going off on you for no reason.
Mr. Boston said blood may run, but it'll never fade, which is true. I mean, we are our families. We're going to have our beefs and arguments, but, they are family in the end, and you're trying to help them, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm over it. I also I'm at the point, too, where at this point, I feel like people are going to get it, or they're not. So I'm really trying to just connect with people that want this information. I know that also, too, I look at the other side that are buying into the propaganda. They're mostly unhappy. They're mostly paranoid. They're mostly
I think they're just really weak-minded. Honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really see anything that I'm gravitating toward. I don't see any good energy.
No, I could never align myself.
Yeah,
with these people, never.
I can't. So I feel very.
I don't care
blessed.
what policy they support, whatever. I can't align myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and
that guy Trevor Noah, I want to beat his ass so bad.
Oh, me too.
That guy from the Daily Show.
Me too.
He comes on. He came on the other day and he was talking about the gender reveals, how he was blaming it on white people, and they should be able to decide their gender. I'm like, really? Dude, I want to beat your ass for saying that.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, I mean, I know. I just, I can't even watch stuff like that anymore. I can't even watch. I really, I thank you guys because you guys send me stuff and that kind of gives me fuel for my videos. But I've really had to unplug. I can't be looking at the news every day because it's just that, it's like they're telling me what to think instead of giving me information and telling me, and then having me figuring it out. And I do that anyway. I'm like, oh, okay, let's when I first started following Trump, I didn't vote for him the first time, but when I would hear people say, oh, he's saying that immigrants are rapists and stuff, and I was like, wow, that's really fucked up. Let me go see let me watch the whole interview instead of the clip.
Exactly, the full context.
Yeah, it's because I understood how propaganda works too. Being a health freedom activist and an anti-vaxxer, I know that the propaganda that they spin on us anyway. So when I started to look at us and how they were doing the same thing with Trump and his supporters, it was to me like a no-brainer. I'm like, oh, they're taking a clip, they're highly sensationalizing it, and they know most people eat either A, don't have the time, or too fucking lazy to watch the whole 2-hour interview or conference.
Oh yeah, everybody's too busy with real life. You know, they got to pay their mortgages. They got to take their kids to practice.
But and I still don't watch everything, but I know that in that particular instance, I started going back and watching some of the stuff that they were harping on, and I was just like, they're spitting propaganda,
Oh, absolutely. I got some buddies, that are ex-Desert Storm vets, Army, Special Forces guys, and I have deep conversations with them, and the shit that they tell me, man, it's frightening. That there's an evil in this world that's beyond, most people can fathom. It's real.
Yeah, I know. And I kind of bought into that moral relativism shit for a minute, where I was like, okay, well, maybe it is perspective what evil is. No, there's real evil. I think in certain situations,
it's really bad.
Yeah, I think in certain situations, right, like the left thinks that Donald Trump and his supporters are evil, but they don't really understand where the real evil is coming from,
No, they're all brainwashed.
Yeah. I forgot about Shadowgate, though. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up, because, they do talk about using...
There's a lot of controversy around that, too, because of... you're in Austin, by the way. You're in the home of Alex Jones and Joe Rogan and all these internet guys.
I fucking hate Joe Rogan. He can fuck...
Really?
I hate him. He's an asshole.
I'm not the biggest fan. I'm not one of these little groupies that are like, oh, Joe Rogan.
I like his I like the people that he interviews, but you know how I feel about vaccines.
Exactly. He's got
I know how you feel
guests, right?
Yeah, I know how you feel, like what he said about vaccines, and I know and people that don't want to vaccinate, and that was like the last straw. He was a fucking dick about that.
Speaking of vaccines.
You have military friends, so you probably know they've probably been fucked up, right?
Well, my aunt is a huge anti-vaxxer, and she's online on Facebook, always pushing all the studies. My aunt and my cousin, and I had, she always would be sending me like medical stuff, like through text and stuff, like Facebook stuff, like that Del Bittry guy. You know who he is?
Yeah, I've met him a couple times. He's awesome.
Yeah, she sends me a lot of his stuff before he got banned and this and that. And she's really informative. But the vaccines, one thing I got into my nephew, he's a millennial too, and he was like, making fun of anti-vaxxers and stuff. And I'm like, hey, you can't do that, man. You got to hear everybody out. You got to look at the facts and this and that. And there's like a public, I made me realize that there's a public, lynching of anti-vaxxers. And it makes me think, why? Why would people be demonizing people who are researching this stuff?
Yeah.
And it's starting to really make sense now.
Well, the lowest vaccination rates recorded in the country are in Silicon Valley.
I wouldn't doubt it.
You know what I mean? So they know, a lot of these people that don't vaccinate or that started the modern anti-vax movement are actually, are scientists and doctors, but they try and make it look like that, it's just these stupid parents and stuff, and not that, but parents can't be doctors and scientists. Plus, parents aren't stupid, just to demean somebody for being a parent, that's ridiculous.
Hey,
and they're so butthurt that they're spending billions of dollars on these smear campaigns against anti-vaxxers, and it's still not working, and we're still winning. So that's why they have to censor and shit.
I can't remember the last time I've gotten a vaccine or a flu shot or anything like that in my life, right? Until last November, I had to go to the West Coast for work, and I was working in hospitals. So they're like, oh, you got to get the flu shot. I'm like, I was all against it, but I'm like, whatever, I just did it, right? And I was looking up all the side effects and everything. They said a lot of people experience, there's a small percentage that experience, side effects, you get sick, this and that. Dude, I took it in the middle of October, right? 2 weeks later, in the first week of November, I got so deathly ill on the West Coast. I had the worst migraine I've ever had in my life, the worst body aches, the worst fever I've ever had for like 5 days straight. I was getting concerned. So I went to the ER. They're like, oh, you might have the flu or something. And they did a swab. I was negative. And then, after that hit, a couple of days later, it hit my respiratory, right? I'd never been so sick in my life. I was, literally dying. I went to the ER twice, and they didn't know what I had. And guess what? A couple months later, what came around? You know what I mean?
Mm.
This COVID shit. I'm 99% sure I had this shit. And,
But according to them, if you take the flu shot, it's supposed to protect you. You know what I mean?
I
So
took
why
the flu
did?
shot 2 weeks earlier.
Yeah, dude. I
In the
mean,
middle of October, and literally the first week of November is when I started experiencing these symptoms. And I got a flu swab. They took a flu test, and I was negative.
you know, it's like what was I gonna say? There's a vaccine. There's a vaccine court. You can't sue the pharmaceutical companies directly.
No,
but there's
that's from but
there's
the
a
Reagan days.
but there's a vaccine court that you can get money from through the Department of Health and Human Services, and it's first of all it's damn near impossible to win. It's a kangaroo court. You have to have a doctor to vouch for you. They make it really really hard for you to win.
Yeah,
but
forget about it. Who's got time for that?
Yeah, but those who, and it usually takes a decade to win, if you do win. And you know what most people win for? The flu shot. The flu shot. And you know what when you know what's happened? People have died. People have become paralyzed. People have become paralyzed. Let me see if I can pull this up real fast. If I can do it really fast and I can pull it up on screen. I think I might have it in my notes and I can show you. There's one of the law firms that represents a lot of the vaccine injury cases. They like list their cases. I think it's called MCT Lawyers. Let me see. MCT Law. I think I got it. Let me see. If I can make it fast, I can probably put it up.
One of the things I was thinking was too is because when I flew from Chicago to the West Coast, I went to Boise, Idaho. We landed in Oakland, California as a layover, right? Oakland and San Francisco are like direct flights from China. Like, I don't know how many 8,000 people from China go there every day, you know? So I was putting two and two together, and I'm thinking that I got it from there. I'm pretty sure. I never got tested for the antibodies or anything like that. But I'm
but you know the test.
Sure
Actually, I don't know if you've been watching the channel too. I don't even, because I interviewed Andrew Coppin and stuff, and he's been really big speaker on this. But you know, they actually have to do something what's called isolation, and to actually make sure that the virus is a virus. So that's how they have to make a distinction between what is a flu, what is pneumonia. Pneumonia is caused by bacteria. It's a bacteria. It's an infection of the lungs.
Yeah.
And then but there's no basically diagnostic criteria, even in scientific terms, to distinguish COVID from flu. So they can just say, had this COVID stuff not even been politicized or brought out, you probably just would have been like, oh, I just had a bad respiratory infection. You know what I mean?
That's what the second doctor told me. When I was dying, I was literally gasping for air every half an hour. I was coughing up so much stuff for 2 or 3 days straight. And I went to the doctor and she said that I had a respiratory infection, and she gave me some antibiotics. And honestly, I was still coughing stuff up to March. That's how bad it was.
Wow. Well, you
I
know
wasn't
what?
smoking. I don't smoke either, and I was coughing up stuff like I was a smoker. You know, all that lung cookie, that phlegm and shit.
Yeah. It's but I'm just saying this is how they pull the wool over people's eyes. And there's two doctors, Thomas Cowan and Andrew Coppin. They had a really good conversation. But there have been prominent scientists all over the world that have been talking about that they haven't even been able to distinguish that COVID is actually a real virus, and they're all just being silenced. And these are people that are virologists in Germany and
what do you think of that? What do you think of this Chinese virologist that came out?
I don't know what happened. Oh,
Did you hear about that?
No, let me hold on one second. Let me. I don't know if you can see this. Maybe there's a little bit of delay. Yeah, so this is the law firm. They used to have, I don't know if they got pressured or whatever, but they actually used to have the amount of money that they got. Oh, here it is. It is okay, look. These are Shirva is when you your arm is big, your arm is messed up, or you can't use your arm, right? Look at this, the flu shot, the D. Look at all these flu. Transverse myelitis.
What's GBS?
Guillain-Barré syndrome is basically paralysis.
Holy shit.
Yeah, look at it. Flu.
Not that much though. Only 500,000 in settlements. That's not a lot, really.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, I mean, but and on top of that, it takes 10 years to win. But look at this shit. flu. Guillain-Barré is whoever listed it, whatever. It's the same
No,
thing
I mean,
as this.
there's definitely proof out there for this stuff,
Right.
but
Pages
I
of this
also
shit.
thought that
Pages
these
of this
people
shit.
were immune to liability.
No, but they're not suing the pharmaceutical industry directly. Does that make sense? So what happened
Who are
is
they suing?
they're getting money. They're not even really suing anybody. They're just trying to get compensation through the Department of Health that puts money away.
Oh,
They have
okay.
So the
For stuff like that.
Yeah. So the pharmaceutical industry doesn't have liability directly, so they don't have an incentive to make their products safer.
And they're granting them this money, huh?
Yeah, well, it's hard. They're not even. You have to fight for it, and it's like I said, it takes like 10 years to even win a case.
Oh yeah, they're not going to give up anything easily.
Yeah. So it's like, it's not even. Let me turn this off. So you can't. So the pharmacy, but you know what happened was before they passed the National Vaccine Injury Compensation Act. The pharmaceutical industries were going out of business because they were being sued directly so much because they didn't have they didn't have immunity. So when the DTaP vaccine came out, people were getting asthma, people were getting seizures, people were getting brain damage, and they were getting sued through the roof, and they were they were about to go bankrupt, and that's where they had that written into law that the pharmaceutical industries couldn't be sued directly for damage from vaccines. And
So let me ask you this,
1986.
since you're very knowledgeable in this. What about the tie to autism?
Yeah, I saw that shit happen with my own eyes, my cousin and my best friend. And before that happened, I used to work in special ed, and I would hear the parents in Spanish talking about how their child regressed after autism. And at the time, it just kind of went over my head because I was like, oh, that's interesting, whatever. Didn't really know. And then like maybe a year or so, two into teaching, or a couple years into teaching, my best friend's son, who was normal, who was talking, who, had eye contact and stuff, got vaccinated. And after that, he was never the same. He's about, 15 years old now, still doesn't talk.
Yeah, you know what? When I was a kid, I'm 42, right? When I was a kid growing up in the 80s, there was no such thing as autism. You never heard about it once. There was mentally retarded kids.
Yeah.
There was Down syndrome. There was this. There was no autism. Now, every other kid's got it. And I don't know what form it is, how they diagnose this, or what. But like you said, one of my friends had a daughter. She was like 9 years old and only could say like 3 words. Other than that, she was okay. She was creative. She could play. But, they're autistic.
Well, honestly, I would just say it's a fancy word for brain damage. And then there are varying levels of brain damage or autism, because there's some people that are high functioning that can talk, but they don't have like interpersonal skills. They can't look at somebody and read stuff emotionally.
No,
they have very tunnel vision.
And
or it's somebody on the lower end, or they're people it's a spectrum, right? So really, I think the spectrum depends on how brain damaged you are, right? If you're brain damaged, like really severely.
Now, stop on that thought right there. This is one of the arguments that me and my nephew had when we really went at it, because he's like a science major in college. He's a younger guy. He's like 25.
He's fucking screwed. He's screwed.
Huh?
He's screwed, because all they are just feeding him propaganda. As long as he's in that box, because any of the scientists or doctors that do speak out on this, they've actually had to go and research outside of their training, and they would all admit to that. They're like, yeah, when I was in medical school, I was brainwashed. Go on.
My girl's a respiratory therapist at a major Chicago hospital, right? And since the beginning, she's been telling me, this whole COVID thing is bullshit too, which is funny. Yeah. But anyways, about the autism, one of the main arguments that we had with my nephew was the fact that he was trying to tell me, I was telling him about these vaccines and stuff. And he's like, you're an idiot. You can't get it from that. You understand that it's a genetic, this and that. And he's trying to show me studies and going off. And I don't care what you say, dude. What studies you show me from life experience. I know people. I've talked to people. And I've been around, bro. I know. All right? There's something going on. I don't care.
There's studies that show that they do cause autism. And then if you break down the biochemical or mechanisms of how the vaccines cause autism, because the chemicals, if you look at a vaccine recipient list of the chemicals that they use, actually can pass the blood-brain barrier and actually get up to the brain and cause autism. So there's lots of scientists that can actually prove this and show this. And a lot of the studies that say that vaccines don't cause autism are actually funded by the pharmaceutical industries who make the vaccines. So I'm sure he hasn't even bothered to figure out who funds the studies that he's pushing in your face. He probably hasn't even read the studies. He probably just sees the headlines of the studies, and then probably doesn't dissect them. Probably doesn't know how to dissect them.
He's one of those
like
smarty pants kids that tries to use like big words, like the college kid. And,
like, oh, you're so
Listen,
sweet.
dude.
Like, and when they like get into the real world, they're like not gonna survive because they're just in their bubble.
I remember when I was a kid. You know what? Baby powder was okay. That was good for you. Remember baby powder?
Yeah.
Everybody used baby powder.
Yeah, baby powder was good for you. Cigarettes were good for you. Thalidomide was good for you. DDT was good for you. Agent Orange, like all this shit that they're like. Really, you think that they're telling the truth now?
How many times you've grown up and they tell you, something's good for you, and then all of a sudden 10 years later, have you been taking this?
Yeah.
Please call this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but there's been such a huge religion built around vaccines. It's going to take a lot for people. I think people are starting to wake up, but it's really going to take a lot to bring the vaccine machine down, because not only do vaccines cause autism, but they also cause a host of autoimmune disorders. And then if you have a lot of people that have autoimmune disorders, but they're on medication, e.g. like myself that have asthma, vaccines cause diabetes, and that's where the genetics comes in, because it depends on the genetics, and too, like other factors I believe come involved. I think vaccines are triggered, but I'm like, did your mom breastfeed? Did you have a cesarean? Did you also have like what do you call that? A sonogram.
We're walking chemistry sets.
Yeah. I think all those things do come into factors, but I think your susceptibility and how you get sick maybe depends on your genetics. But I don't think that anybody is immune to. I think vaccines. They don't protect you from shit. They don't have anything that our body requires. So why are we? It's kind of the same thing with the mask. Like, why are you wearing a fucking mask that doesn't protect you from anything that makes you sicker?
Don't even get me started.
Shit. And they even use the same mask argument shit with the everybody has to wear a mask to protect everybody else. Don't they say the same shit with vaccines? Oh no, but if vaccines work, then you should be good, right? Why are you trying to force your poison on me? Anyway.
You want to hear a funny story?
Yes, and then I gotta go.
All right. It's been nice talking to you too. It's really cool. I want to tell you this story. I was at a bar and a couple of weeks ago, and you walk in the bar, you got to wear your mask, and when you get to the bar, you take it off, right?
Yeah, this is so fucking stupid.
So
because they're polite, right? The virus doesn't like attack you when you're drinking.
Yeah, it's completely ridiculous. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting at the bar, and there's me and my buddy and my kid were at the bar ordering our food, and there was another couple at the corner, maybe 7 feet away from us, a guy and a girl, and none of us are wearing masks, right? But the bartender is forced to wear a mask, and so I start shooting the shit with her. I'm like, oh man, that sucks. You got to wear a mask. I was like, you know what? I'm really tired of this mask bullshit. I'm like, why should you wear one and we don't have to? Make no sense, blah, blah, blah. So we're talking a little bit. So that couple was like rubbernecking and listening to what we were saying. So after they had their beer, they got up and left. And I didn't pay no attention. As she's walking out, the chick has to, the entrance to the bar is pretty far away. So she yells out, she's like, wear your fucking mask, asshole. And I was like, I go, how you doing? And she goes, better than you. Storms out. It was so funny.
Oh my God. She said, the common sense, man. I mean, okay, well, I don't know. Like, I don't know. But yeah, this people.
Another real quick story is I'm at work, and my guys at work, these two younger guys I work with, they know I'm like against all this shit, right? And they're like, whoa, you wear a seatbelt, don't you? You stop at stop signs. Why don't you just wear a mask? Blah, blah, blah. And they're kind of like ridiculing me and making fun of me. And I got so pissed. I'm like, look, dude, my kids are sitting at home right now, not getting an education. I'm forced to wear this fucking thing over a host. I blew off. Next thing you know, we were about to fight, man. And then I had to calm myself down. I'm like, dude, I can't let these people get to me like this.
Yeah,
People are ignorant out here.
Yeah, man.
They're ignorant out here. Man.
You should tell
them. It's not a joke. This isn't funny.
Yeah,
this is not funny at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People's lives are ruined. My kids are sitting at home, not getting an education, and they're in high school. I'm pissed.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
It's not a joke.
And people want to act like somebody just said something that they're pretending.
It's all games.
Yeah. Somebody just wrote something. People are pretending that they're dumb enough to believe this. They really don't. They just obey the government, thinking it will reward them, and that they'll be the gulag guards or something. Yeah, or they're virtue signaling.
Alex Jones. I just watched Alex Jones yesterday, and he's talking about forced inoculations in UK and Australia. That they're preparing for. They're talking about this.
Yeah.
You can't go outside. You can't travel. You can't leave without being tracked and these forced vaccines.
Then I can't wait for shit to pop up, because that's the breaking point, I think, for a lot of people. It's gonna be war. It's gonna be war. It's gonna be physical war. That's gonna
What kind
cause
of war? What do you, people are just gonna go outside and start punching your neighbors in the face?
No,
what
but
kind of
I'm
war are we
talking about like
here?
if they start coming around like forcing people to get vaccinated. Plus, a lot of people.
For instance, I work in hospitals a lot. They tell me I gotta take this vaccine. If I refuse, I lose my job.
Yeah, I mean, what do you want? You want your health, or you want your job?
There's people. My buddy went to Wisconsin for the weekend, and they were coming back, and they got stopped by state troopers, and they're asking them questions. Where did you go? This, what? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It's nuts. Hey, you know what? I know you gotta go. I know you got other people, but it's really nice hearing your voice and finally talking to you.
Oh yeah.
I've been watching you for a long time. I really do listen to a lot of your stuff. It's very interesting.
Yeah. Thank you, Nico. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
All right. Much love. Bye.
Bye.
Alrighty. All right, guys. I'm gonna cut it off. I'm gonna dip out. I will see you tomorrow, same time. Yeah. You guys have a great day, and we will talk soon. Peace, true love. Bye. Mwah. Where is the button? Have to in stream.